What's going on, you brothers? How you brothers doing? It's your dude, International Passport. I'm here again to break down another classic live stream. It's the late night classic. Hope you brothers have your popcorn and buckled up. We're gonna break it down tonight. How you brothers doing? How's my audio? Can you brothers hear me loud and clear? How's my audio, brothers? How's my audio, brothers? Oh man. How's my audio, brothers? Give me a press a one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. How's my audio? Before I go any further, I want to know if my audio is clear. How do I sound? Am I clear? Am I crisp? Is there any distortion? Let me know now. Shout out to Nate Cali. Nate Cali. Shout out to Pat Do It, the brothers. Shout out to Sacha. Shout out to Michael Conte, Mike Lawrence. The OGs are in the house, right? Mike Lawrence, man. When are you gonna call in, Mike? When are you gonna call in Mike Lawrence, man? I see you every time, bro. Shout out to Mike Lawrence. Shout out to you, Conrad Grant, the Costa Rican legend. Wonderful. I want to say a huge shout out to my old subscribers over the past few years for supporting this channel. Much appreciated, brothers. Shout out to the new subscribers for joining the International Passport movement. I promise you, I guarantee you, this movement will change your life for the better. Huge announcement to make in the middle of the stream later on. I will announce it. But let's get more people in. Shout out to you, Frank Harris, Marvin Lloyd. Shout out to you, brothers. Bolts, shout out to you too. And brothers, get the likes up, man. We got over 20 people watching, but 13 likes. Can we please get the likes up, please? You know? Can we please get the likes up, brothers? Get the likes up, brothers. All right. Shout out to you, Jerome. So we should do the International Passport here again for a late night classic. I want to discuss the whole fresh and fit and Asian doll situation. You know, there's a lot to pick apart from that and even break it down even further. Um, there's a lot to break it down. You know, brothers, again, black men being attacked. You know, as usual. You know, but this time they've used the Asian doll situation to come after the preferences of black men, right? But I'm gonna break it down in the preference part later on. But I want to speak about the whole fresh and fit and Asian doll situation, right? Everyone's talking about how fresh and fit were too mean to Asian doll. They were rude, but I disagree, brothers. You know, time and time every day, we see examples of Western BWs, Western women in general, disrespecting the black man, you know, on his platform. You know, I can personally relate to that as well. I'm speaking and a Western woman interrupts me when I'm speaking. To me, it shows there's no respect for men anymore in the West. There's no respect for men anymore in the West. Asian doll thought she was all cute, all sweet, all humble, coming to their platform and being rude and being disrespectful and thinking that you won't get checked. And when you do get checked, you play the victim. You play the victim. Hey, brothers, man, we're going to break it down tonight, man. I'm just sick of it. I am sick of it. I'm sick of how Western women get passes. I'm sick of how, you know, Western women can actually do what they want in the West. They can simply do what they want in the West. And when you call them out for the BS, it falls back on the brother, you know? Both Fresh and Fit told her, be quiet, men are speaking. You're on my platform, you're on my podcast, so you don't speak. And then the internet turns you into a whole new different topic that doesn't even relate to the actual situation at hand. Asian doll being rude on someone else's platform. But no one's talking about that. No one's talking about that. And that's a problem here with the West. Lack of accountability amongst Western modern women. Let me repeat that again. Lack of accountability amongst the modern Western woman. Time and time every day, I see it. It's all the men's fault. Oh, they were being too mean. The hell you mean? The hell do you mean they were being too mean? If someone overspeaks you on your platform, you have every right to call them out for it. You have every right to kick out someone that's in your property, in your own building, if they ain't going according to your rules. But that's being mean. That's being mean. Am I wrong here, brothers? Am I bugging out here? Am I being too harsh on Asian Doll? That's how I see things here. The brother Michael Conte just said that she was 2 hours late as well. How you gonna be 2 hours late to someone else's platform and they still bring you in? It's going well, but you over talking them. You over talking them, and you wonder why I'm sick of dating these modern Western women. You wonder why I have my passport. You know, same thing over here in the UK. You can't tell these women what to do. They get rude to you, and somehow it's the man's fault. You know, they gaslight you, they overtalk you, they say they hate men, but it's a man's fault. You know, and I'm seeing a bunch of simps, a bunch of brothers going after Fresh and Fit over their dating preferences, and I'll come to that very soon. But I want to actually tackle the main point here. Why is no one talking about how Asian Doll was being rude on their platform? Again, no accountability for the modern Western woman. They can never do wrong. It's all men's fault. They were too harsh. Ain't nothing harsh about what Myron or Fresh said. Ain't nothing wrong about what they did. You know, if someone overtalks you on your own platform, you got every right to call them out for what it is. And if they don't listen to you, kick them out. Kick them out. But you can't be too harsh on a modern woman. You can't correct her because apparently it's misogyny and all these other terms. It's crazy. Brothers, men are not given room to do anything they want anymore in the West. Men are being essentially told to shut up and take it. Let the woman walk all over you. God forbid I got my passport before I let another Western BW or Western woman in general walk all over me. You must be mad. I got my passport for that, brothers. You know? And you brothers want to still deal with these modern Western women? You saw Asian Doll's attitude. That's the attitude that brothers are dealing with every day when you date these modern women. Gaslighting, rude, you know, trying to make you angry, you know, still over talking you when you tell her be quiet. You're being rude, you're interrupting me while I'm speaking. Trying to make you hit her or lose your temper around her. That's what brothers are dealing with every day, dating the modern woman in the West, you know? And Asian Doll is a perfect example of that. And you brothers want to date that? You brothers want to date that in 2022? God forbid. There's a whole bunch of brothers in the UK, in America, dating Asian dolls. And I bet you their lives are miserable as hell. I bet you that their lives are miserable as hell. No cap. No cap on my goddamn channel, man. No cap. You know? I bet you their lives are miserable as all hell. That's what brothers deal with. But Fresh and Fit, they ain't taking that. And the internet blows it out proportion. And you notice how the internet is not addressing her rudeness, but they're bringing in preferences now. And how about we speak about the preferences of Fresh and Fit? I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, Fresh and Fit could have said it a lot more elegant, right? Maybe not saying Night Rider, wrong term to use. I'll keep it real. But let's forget about that part. Tell me what preferences has to do with the Asian doll situation. You see, brothers, you see how they try to twist things against black men. You notice that? You notice how they love twisting the narrative when it comes to black men. Can someone please tell me what dating preferences has to do with the whole Asian doll being rude situation. There's no correlation there, brothers, because they couldn't win that argument because they knew she was wrong. So they're bringing a whole different argument. They bring in a whole different argument. And brothers are not seeing between the lines here. Brothers are following the media. Oh, they hate BWs, blah blah blah. But how about you see the whole picture at full? And brothers, avoid saying BWs in full. Jerome, please say BWs as a code word for black women, please. So say BWs, BM. Use code words, please. Okay, brothers, especially you, Jerome. Thank you, brother. You notice how the main issue here is not being addressed, but we're now talking about preferences. And let me tell you this, brothers, I've noticed that black men are not allowed to have preferences for some reason. I'll keep it real, brothers. Black men are not allowed to have preferences for some reason. Let's keep it real. From what I see in the UK, from what I see in America too, if you're a black man, you're being molded to accept a woman for what she is. So if she's a hoe, if she's a thought, if she's overweight, if she's got a bad weave, you must accept her for who she is. If she has 5 children, single mother, you better accept her. What? But if I say I prefer slim, thick, foreign black woman from Ethiopia, from Kenya, from South America, Brazil, Colombia, I'm not allowed to have that preference because apparently I'm ignoring a huge part of my people. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you telling me that I can't have a preference? Let's keep it real, brothers. And Myron was right. He was definitely right. If he said that he don't date white girls, he don't date Asian girls, he don't date Latina women, that'd be okay. But as soon as you say you don't date BWs, the whole world goes crazy. Why is that? Why are we being forced to date the modern BW? I don't want to date the modern Western BW. When it comes to BWs, I want to date foreign BWs. I don't want to date the modern Western BW in the UK, in America, wherever Western goddamn country she's goddamn in. Keeping it real, brothers. Black men are being attacked every day for stating their preferences. They want black men to accept whatever woman comes their way. And if you don't accept her for who she is, you're a bigot, you're a bad person, or you're sick. And this is what Myron and Fresh are going through right now. This is what Myron and Water are going through right now in the Fresh and Fit podcast. Every time a brother speaks his mind, tells the truth, oh, I like me mixed race woman, I like me an Asian woman or Latina woman. Oh, you can't have that preference. Why? I can like who I like. They can like who they like. When it comes to BWs, particularly the Western BW in America and the UK, all hell breaks loose. This is what we're experiencing in the UK too, brothers. This is what we're going through over here in the UK. Intelligent brothers don't want to deal with the UK BWs here because they are just as bad as the American BWs. We're called bad people. We're called bigots. And you wonder why I have my passport. You wonder why I have my passport. And I'm sick of this goddamn complaining all the time about black men. Every time black men don't do this, black men date her, black men date this. Why are black men traveling to date women? How about you mind your own goddamn business? If I want me a black woman from Ethiopia, I want me a black woman from Ethiopia. That ain't none of your business, you fool. But fresh and fit, being attacked by a whole bunch of the media outlets saying they hate black women. They don't hate BWs, because if they did, BWs would not be on their platforms in the first place. You know, keeping it real, brothers. Keeping it real. And BW is asking, what's wrong with us? Why don't you date us? And when you tell them the truth, they get angry. You know, we don't want to date a bunch of women that twerk on the tables when you're in a high class restaurant. We don't want to date women who wear purple, blue, and green weave. Are you mad? We don't want to date women that twerk in the middle of the street when you're walking down to McDonald's. And you're like, what the hell is this? Why is this BW twerking out of nowhere? You know? Keeping it real, brothers. That's what we deal with in the West. But when I meet a Western BW from Kenya, from Ethiopia, from Tanzania, she's completely different. She's feminine. She cooks. She cleans. She wants to be a woman. But we got to deal with the Western BW, or if not, we're bigots. We're bad people. We're bad people. What's going on? I notice how they want to control brothers. They want to control BMs, black men. You can't date her. You can't do this. You know? What's going on, brothers? And I see a whole bunch of white dudes dating Latina women, black women, Asian women. No one bats an eyelid. They can do what they want. No one's saying, oh, why are so many white men dating Asian women now? What about white women? No one says that. But when you see a brother dating dime Asian women, dime foreign black women, dime Latina women, they're like, what? What? You hate your mother. You hate your sister. You hate your auntie. You hate the BWs in your lives. What's going on, brothers, man? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. How does someone dating a a woman that's not black means that he hates the woman in his family? How does that make any sense? That makes no sense, brothers. But again, they want to shame black men. They want to paint black men as a villain. Oh, he hates his own woman in his community. But white men, they do what they want. But I don't see white women saying, oh, they hate white women, these white men that date only Asian women. I don't see the white community going after white men. But when brothers state their preference, you can't do so. Damn. It's like that now? It's like that now, brothers? And this is what we're dealing with in the West. This is what we're dealing with in the West, in America, in the UK. It's the agenda to control the mind state of the black man. You know, it's the agenda to control the mind state of what the black man does, who to date. You know, if you don't date obese women, you're a bigot. I don't date obese women. No, never have, never will. Never have, never will. And anyone that wants to shame me for my preference, you can go and F yourself. You can go and F yourself. No cap. I'm seeing it every day on social media. Why don't you date her? You're a bad person. Damn. You know? Damn. And brothers, can we get the likes up, please, brothers? We got over 70 people watching, but less than 55 likes. Come on, brothers, support the channel. I have a very important announcement to make while you get the likes up. Patreon is coming very soon. Press the one in the chat if you will support the Patreon. You've been asking for the Patreon for a long time now. I'm currently in the process of making it. So if you will support the Patreon every month for special content, to get more involved in me and the channel, press the one in the chat right now. Wonderful. I can't wait to debut to Patreon, and it should be a fantastic movement. Um, we have, what's it called? We have Twitch coming as well. So any brother who's good at using Twitch, reach out to me on IG, please. I'm currently making a Twitch account, so I'll be live streaming from Twitch coming very soon. So reach out to me if you know how to use Twitch. But the Patreon, press a one in the chat if you will support the Patreon. Shout out to Prime VA. Yeah, I saw a story this morning about a gymnast, right? She was a gymnast, um, an Asian woman dating her brother, and she's getting racial slurs thrown at her. You know, it's crazy. Brothers are getting the shine. Women are finally seeing the value of brothers. You know how wonderful we are, how good we are. We're good people. We're kind people. We're amazing people. So of course, women are going to gravitate towards brothers, and people are hating. You know, not just sisters and brothers, but non-black people. That's how much hate we get. And I saw a message on Twitter saying that how is it that all these women have a black man, but not BWs. I'm telling you, man, a lot of these women they're snatching away brothers because when brothers are educated, wear a suit, have a purpose, are serious in life, women of all races and cultures will be checking for you, and that's why I tell you, drop that Pookie and Ray Ray mentality, dress well, you know, don't wear no 90s throwbacks, Dipset, 50 Cent G Unit sneakers. Come out there dressing like a man. Then you see the love and um, appreciation that woman will show you. And we see that every day on the Fresh and Fit podcast, you know. They invite an intelligent brother on there, and the women around him, they're drawn to that intelligent brother because brother looks well, speaking well, offers some knowledge, you know. But back to the topic, brothers. Back to the topic. We're seeing um, we're seeing young black boys being being molded to accept women for who they are. I remember seeing a video on World Star Hip Hop, right? It was one young brother. He was dating a BW, a modern Western BW. She gets pregnant, she has the baby. Then the brother asks for a DNA test. The DNA test tells the brother that he ain't the father. He ain't the father. And guess what's even more crazier? The brother's mother told her son to accept the woman and raise a child. Raise a child that's not his own child. That's what's happening right now, brothers. How can your own mum tell you to raise a child that's not yours? That proves my point. Black men are being molded to accept all trashy women and their baggage and their mental illness for what they are, to date them and look after them and their silly children. You know? It's crazy. This is what we're experiencing in the West. This is what's happening in America. And then it comes from America to the UK. And you wonder why we're sick of it all. You wonder why we're sick of this agenda. We're sick of it all. Brothers, now a whole bunch of brothers will call Fresh and Fit lames, racist, whatever, but that's not the case. The case is somehow they've managed to involve dating preferences to a situation that doesn't relate to it in the first place. You know? And then no one speaks about how she calls herself Asian though, when she ain't even Asian. What? She's out here wearing crazy colored wigs, green hair, um, blonde weaves, and brothers got to accept that. You must be mad. She's out here tatted up, you know, being ratchet, offering no sort of benefit to your life, just there with her garbage rap songs. Probably one of the most awful rappers I've ever heard in my entire life. No flow, garbage content, garbage beat, and we gotta accept that. We have to date that. Brothers who have degrees, who are doctors, lawyers, accountants, have to date that. You must be mad. You must be mad. But that's the world nowadays in America. You know, take me as I am. You got women saying that um, I don't bring nothing to the table. I am the table. F off. Get out of my face with that BS. You know? And this is why I'm saying, brothers, gain your passport. There's never been a better no. There's never been a what's it called? A most important time in history to have your passport. There really isn't, brothers. If you don't have your passport in 2022, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. And brothers, get the lights up, brothers. Hit the super chats, brothers. Hit the cash app, brothers. Okay, support this important channel. Let me read through a couple super chats from earlier on. Shout out to Pat Do It. Oh, sugar. God damn it. Hold on, brothers. What the hell happened here? Where is it? Shout out to where's the super chats? All right, sorry, brothers. Let me read a couple of super chats real quick. Shout out to Mr. Pat Do It for the 5 PLN super chat. Much appreciated, Pat. Thank you, brother, for supporting the channel as always. It means a lot to me, bro. Hope you're having a great time in Poland. I know you are, bro. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Nate Kelly for the £2 cash app. Thank you, brother. He says, shout out to International Passport. 2020 is the beginning. Yes, indeed. Shout out to you, Nate Kelly. Much appreciated, brother. Shout out to the legend, Mr. Frank Harris, for the £7.37 cash app. Much appreciated, Frank Harris. Happy New Year, Frank Harris. Been a minute, bro. Hope you're well and safe, brother. Appreciate you, brother, as always. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Atticus for the $199 super chat, for the super sticker. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you so much. Shout out to Mark Niverson shout out to Mark Niverson 01 for the $5 super chat. Accountability does not exist in dojo, does it? No sensei. Yep, facts. You know, it doesn't. It really doesn't. You know, Asian doll was over talking the brothers, and they're making that as if she's some victim. You know, crazy world we're living, and all the simps, of course, are backing her up, accepting her. Oh, it's not your fault. Blah blah blah. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. As I said, brothers, the Patreon is coming very soon, so press a 1 in the comments if you will be supporting and subscribing to the Patreon. Press a 1 in the comments. Shout out to Magnificent01 for the $5 super chat. BW are raising the very same men they don't want to date, correct? The very same men they talk mess about, correct? Yes, indeed. You know, not only dating the wrong men, raising the wrong men, it's a mess, you know? And that's why when it comes to BWs, I date foreign BWs. And brothers should date foreign BWs. Date BWs straight from Africa, straight from the Caribbean, straight from South America. The BWs in Colombia are gorgeous. The BWs in Brazil are gorgeous. So why are brothers not exploring that areas of BWs? You know, it ain't all about the American BWs or the UK BWs. Be done with them. You know, You don't have to date them. Shout out to Conrad Grant for the $2 super chat. Shout out IP, supporting the channel for my brothers. Appreciate you, Conrad Grant. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you. Let's go. All right, let me speak for 10 more minutes and I'll open up the phone lines. Let me wrap things up. So that's my thoughts and my arguments of this whole fresh and fit and Asian dope situation that is turning into fresh and fit's dating preference. Like I said, you know, if it, like Myron said, if it was a different bunch of women that they said that they don't date, no one would bat an eyelid. No one would even care. Which is funny to me. Very funny. Very funny. But as soon as you say Western BW, blah blah blah, you're the worst person on earth. You know? You know? And if that's how they feel, they are entitled to their own preferences. You can't force someone to date what they don't want to date. You can't. And that proves my point. It's the social engineering to control the mindset of the brothers. You must date her. You must do this. If you don't date her, you're a bad person. You're a bigot. And shout out to Fresh and Fit for pushing back. Now, I'm not saying they're perfect dudes. They've said some suspect things. I don't agree with I don't agree with a lot of what they say. You know, there's a lot of things I don't agree with Fresh and Fit. You know, there's some things that I agree with them. I don't agree. I keep it real with you, brothers. There's some parts where it don't make sense. There's some parts where the people they bring on are just ignorant and stupid. But in this point here, you know, I'm siding with Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Bolts for the $5 super chat. It's insane how other women don't give a damn who men date, but when BM date other women now, there is an issue. Correct. That's facts. That's absolute fact. I've been saying that for a minute now, and they'll bring in, oh, do you hate your mother? They'll see you walking down the street with a beautiful Latina woman, right? Someone from Colombia, from Argentina, whatever, and they'll ask you, do you hate your mother? Do you hate your auntie? Do you hate your sisters? And you ask, what? Why are you asking that? Because why are you with her then? Why are you with her? If you loved BWs and sisters, then you'll be with a BW. But when it comes to white boys, right, and you see them walking down the street with Asian women, no one says anything. When was the last time you heard a white woman tell a white man, do you hate white women? Do you hate your mother? Do you hate your sister? Do you hate your auntie? They don't say that. You know, they keep it moving. They keep it moving. But brothers want to dip out, do what they want. It's World War Five. Oh man, damn, damn. Proves my point. That just proves my point. They want to control us, but brothers every day are breaking out the matrix because once you get that passport, right? Once you make that first trip abroad, you've broken out the matrix. You've seen that there's more to BWs than Keisha from the block. I ain't said that in a minute. There's more to BWs than Keisha from the block. Keisha is not the end all be all. You know? Keisha. She ain't the end all be all. There's beautiful BWs in Costa Rica. Shout out to Sean M. Yeah, it's iconic, man. There's more to BWs. Brothers, if you're new to my channel, back in the day, I always said this, right? There's more to black women than Keisha from the block. Keeping it real. A lot of you brothers have been molded, have been indoctrinated to only believe that the only group of BWs that exist are in America, that BWs don't exist all around the world. You got some brothers that don't even know about Africa. I know that might sound a bit wrong and offensive, but that's how bad um, brothers have been indoctrinated in America and some parts of the world. You know, you can only date ABW in your community. That's all you see. But you're walking down Manhattan, you know, you see a beautiful curly-haired foreign BW. She don't look American. You're gonna be shocked. Now, where you from, ma? Where you from, boo? And she gonna tell you, I'm from Costa Rica. Dang, they got BWs out there in Costa Rica. And she'd be like, yeah. And you just found out that you've been played your whole life. There's more to BWs than Keisha from the block. You know? So I'm gonna ask you this question right now. Do you have your passport? It's 2022, January, time is moving fast. If you still don't have your passport, if you're not making any plans to travel, I feel sorry for you. I really do. Because it's a different world out there. You won't see no Asian dolls in Costa Rica. You won't see no Asian dolls in Colombia, in Brazil, in Panama, in Belize. You won't see that nonsense. Because it is nonsense. It's like watching a TV show when I see these female rappers nowadays. How you gonna be wearing blonde hair, green hair, and you're all tatted up like it's a goddamn cartoon? Madness, man. Shout out to Mr. Michael Contave for the £3.68 Cash App. He says just supporting. Appreciate your support, Michael Contave. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Michael. Much appreciated, bro. Um, Shout out to Mr. Dale Andrews. What's up, Dale Andrews? Um, Welcome, brother, to the channel. Shout out to Dale Andrews for donating $19.99 to the channel. Thank you, brother. I have lived in 7 countries and visited 83 so far. There are some good options in America, but overseas the treatment is sensational. I haven't dated an American woman in a while. Keep pushing the gospel to the congregation. Appreciate you, Dale Andrews. Dale Andrews, I saw your comment earlier on today. Please reach out to me on IG. There's my IG, Dale Andrews. I'd like to speak to you directly, bro. There's my IG, brother. And looking forward to speaking to you, Mr. Dale Andrews. Much appreciated for the support. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, bro. Um, like I said, brothers, the Patreon is coming very soon. So press a 1 in the chat if you will be subscribing to the Patreon to support the channel and to get extra benefits. Twitch is coming very soon. Twitch is coming very soon, actually. So, you know, anyone who knows how to use Twitch effectively, please reach out to me on Instagram. I will greatly appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Shout out to Mr. Conrad Grant for the $5 super chat. Hello, YP. The westernized world has programmed the BM to believe the ABW are the only women that are available. It's pitiful to see how lost the BM is. Facts, Conrad Grant. Facts, brother. Facts. Let me read that part again. You know, the Western world has programmed the BM to believe the ABW are the only women that are available. I agree. When I was a younger brother, that's what I believed too. I only literally thought that UK BWs were the only women available for me. No one told me about Brazilian BWs or Colombian BWs or Costa Rican BWs or Panamanian BWs. Ain't nobody telling me about that, brothers. They don't want brothers to know that knowledge. They want to keep brothers in the matrix. They want to keep you brothers in the matrix, you know? Because when you break out the matrix, you're gonna see how much you're loved, how much you're appreciated, especially if you're a brother that comes correct, wears a suit, well spoken, is serious, is about his business, is kind, is respectful. Damn, you'll be seeing a whole different parallel universe. You might be thinking, am I on Mars right now, brothers? Am I on Jupiter right now, brothers? I can't be on Earth. The way the women treat me right now, international passport, I feel like I may be in a different planet right now, brothers. I might have just did a Dragon Ball Z transmutation, teleportation technique to a different planet in the Milky Way galaxy. you know, you know. I know, brothers. It sounds too good to be true, but I've traveled. The brothers on my channel have traveled. You get treated like a king abroad. You know, especially if you're an American brother, and that's why I'm encouraging you, American brothers, whether you're out there in New York, in LA, in California, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Connecticut, Utah, Maine, wherever you are, get your passport, brothers. Get your passport. It's going to end up saving you. You know, you will experience what femininity is in a woman when you deal with a beautiful woman in the house, uh, in your palm. And shout out to my Houston brothers. Shout out to my Houston brothers. Shout out to you, Junior Shepherd, Houston, Texas. I'm well versed in that area. Shout out to my brothers out there in Houston, Texas. That's what's up. So, brothers, hope it was a great stream. Um, I have a special announcement to make. Like I said, Patreon is coming very soon, and I'm looking forward to it. If you're not in the Facebook group already, in the Discord server, it's too late now. That will be part of the Patreon benefits. That will be part of the Patreon benefits. And yeah, that you brothers have been getting free game from the group, from the Discord server, but now that's gone over to Patreon as well. So if you're in the group already, well done. You're safe. But to come into the Facebook group, the Discord server, going on forward, you must be subscribed to the Patreon. Shout out to Conrad Grant for the $5 super chat. Hello, IP. Got passport. Excited about leaving this modern day demonic country. Before I finish that, Conrad Grant, brothers, please avoid mentioning other YouTubers on the channel. This is for legal reasons. The reason why I'm against mentioning YouTubers on my platform is due to legal reasons. I have seen people get sued by mentioning other people's channels on my platform, and people start slandering them and they sue for defamation. I don't want no heat on my channel, so please keep it about this channel only, our agenda, international passport. Keep it about us only, okay, brothers? Let's go. Shout out to Conrad Grant for the $5 super chat. Hello, IP. Got passport. Excited about leaving this modern day demonic country, Costa Rica. Bound. Looking forward to being with my Costa Rican dime. Yes, indeed. That's the goal right there. Conrad Grant, let me give you a special shout out on this platform. Mr. Conrad Grant is doing great things in his life, moving to Costa Rica very soon. I know for a fact this brother is going to be killing it out there in Costa Rica. Gonna have his dime woman, his beautiful Costa Rican woman. I don't know. Conrad Grant, what's your preference, brother? Do you prefer BWs, AWs, WWs, LWs, Latinas? What's your preference, brother? Because anything you want is all there in Costa Rica. Mixed race woman, you're gonna get it, brother. Appreciate you, Conrad Grant. Love seeing brothers making power moves. In 2022, brothers should be about power moves. Okay. So let me open up the phone lines, and let's get it cracking. Call in. Let's talk about the stream. Your thoughts on this whole fresh and fit. What's it called? Fresh and fit, and China doll situation. No, sorry, Asian doll situation. You know that's how crazy it is, man. How you gonna be a BW and call yourself Asian doll? And that's what we're dealing with in 2022. Just nonsense, man. Nonsense. Damn. Call yourself Asia doll and you're a BW. And we have to date that? We have to date that? Damn. Damn. All right, let's get you brothers on the chat. Can you brothers? Yeah, you can hear me. So call in brothers to chime in on this discussion. There's a StreamYard link. Let me pin it. Replace pin message. Damn. You know? Mr. International, avoid calling Asian doll evil. Be careful, you know, with the words, just so YouTube doesn't act up. You know, they're a protected group of people. Shout out to Aaron Harwood for the £1.47 super chat. I appreciate you, Aaron. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Aaron. Much appreciated for the super chat, brother. For the cash app, sorry. £1.47 cash app. Thank you, Aaron. Shout out to Aaron again for the £1.47 cash app. Thank you, Aaron. Much appreciated, bro. And shout out to Aaron again for the £1.47 cash app. Thank you, bro, for supporting the channel. It means a lot to me, bro. Thank you. So, brothers, feel free to call in. The calling link is pinned. We'll wait for a couple callers. All right. So who's that? Who's that? Sam. All right. So the chores are coming here. So this Sambo is always charcoal. Yeah, you better get out of here, man. You troll. I told you that BWs are one of my favorite, one of my preferable preferences. I told you when it comes to foreign women, I love foreign BWs. So you can't say that I don't mess with BWs. I don't know what's wrong with you trolls. I've said it many times. If you watch my channel over the years, I love BWs, but she must be foreign. She must be a BW from Costa Rica, from Colombia, from Africa, from Brazil for me to date her. I don't date Western BWs, and that's my preference. If you mad, you mad. Kick rocks. Kick rocks. You know? You will not shame me into dating the Western BW. I don't deal with them anymore when it comes to dating. And I that's you. If you mad, you mad. You know? That's my preference. Shout out to Conrad Grant for the $2 super chat. IP open, but prefer a Latina BW, Latina woman. Facts. Shout out to Conrad Grant for staying his preference. I actually love Latina BW too. They're beautiful women. That curly hair, that dark brown skin, you know, those curves, you know. How can anyone come at me for saying that I don't date Western BWs when I told you that I love BWs? You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Mr. Internet, Jordan K. Francois, are you a troll, brother? I see you, Jordan. Sorry, bro. That was a different person. I love Ethiopian women too, bro. I love that curly hair, that light brown skin, that saucy accent. They're beautiful women. Mr. International, can you turn your camera on in the background, please? Yep, you're verified, brother. Thank you, bro. Let me bring in Mr. International. Let's get it. How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. How about yourself, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, bro. Hold on, brother. Mr. Pro Black in the live stream chat. No one is bashing anyone. No one is bashing anyone. We're calling out the nonsense and the foolery in our community. Like I told you, I prefer BWs, but I prefer them foreign. So there's no bashing there if I prefer a particular type of BW. If you mad, call in and let's have a debate here. Carry on, Miss International. You good, bro?
Well, yeah, like my man, I agree with you, IP, and we're not bashing, but when we're talking about a girl that got with another guy after not even 8 months after her boyfriend died, and and this lady is street famous, social media famous via Asian doll. How do you get with another guy after like what 9 months or a year? Guys,
Yeah,
you cared about this guy, he ended up dying, and you're with another. Come on, man. That's a little messed up in itself. But I'm not here to judge, right? Quote, quote. But yeah, man. Um, I don't know if I talk about this a lot, but there's something because I have a little experience. Like I said, I dated a girl from Costa Rica and Colombia and DR and Puerto Rico, all that, et cetera, et cetera. But man, when you see a foreign BW, man, it blows you away. Cause like
yeah,
just think about it. You see in a like if you go up in the States, let's talk about the chocolate girls. I'm talking about real looks actual chocolate her skin tone, right? So listen, you see an overseas girl with the same skin tone, right? And her hair is real because she's not gonna be cutting her hair. I mean, some wear weave, but a lot of them have that natural look. Because back in the day, the girls used to have afros and stuff, and I guess they wanted to be whitewashed. I'll use that word, IP, and that's why they got weaving all this fake hair because they're trying to be like them. But what I'm saying about the foreign BWs, man, they'll rather straighten their hair out like their actual hair, and they got that. I don't know. They might have mixed with a few Spanish people, so their hair is a little more curly. But then again, it's all different hair textures in Africa, so it could be their native root hair. But more of the story is the hair is beautiful. They got everything that BWs are in the United States, and then when they open their mouth, if they know English, that's a double. But most of them they
yeah.
speak Spanish and fluently Spanish, it just blows you away. You know what I mean? Because you're like, whoa, I thought she'll say some Pookie and Ray Ray or Shakisha or Bonquisha stuff, but then she
But
opened her mouth and
is it wrong?
and she speak English.
Is
She speak what you say,
it
IP?
yeah? But is it wrong for us to prefer that type of BW? Are we bad people for having a preference, Miss International?
No, IP. You know why we're not? Because this is the thing. We'll go to Africa, right? If we'll say we go to some of the places we talk about, Morocco, Ethiopia, South Africa, we go to those places, right? And we get a BW, and let's say we get a dime that has real hair too. I'm a big guy on that. I'm sorry, it's just that fake stuff, eyelashes, implants, all that stuff is lame. So we'll go to those places, and we'll wait up, man.
What's that background? Okay, why you sort that out? Yeah, like Miss International said, you know, you can't you can't shame us for having a preference. You can't shame Fresh and Fit for having a preference. We like what we like, you know. Carry on, Miss International.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, my fault, brother. But yeah, what I'm saying is we'll go to those places, even Western Africa, where they said that we came from, and we're picking from the same roots as the BWs in America, just in the mainland where they're actually from. So if they'll say something like "Don't you love your mother?" you could come back like, "Yeah, I love my mother. She comes from them people more than she comes from you people, because you people are changed and warped and westernized," as the word will say. So I was just using Africa, but like we say, man, there's South America and even parts of Asia, certain parts, man, that Aborigines, and that's in Australia. They say like black people. What I'm saying is we're everywhere. So there's nothing they can do because IP. If you get a break your scale or 20 out of 10 foreign BW, I'm talking about maybe her English is 10 out of 10. I'm talking about the real English, not the slang. You get one of them, and she's talking to you in the market in the BW, sees that she might just cry. She might kill herself. I'm sorry to go too, too deep, but she might be in depression. So what I'm saying is, it's not wrong that we're doing that because we're looking at the options. What guy, what explorer, what famous person in history didn't look at the options before making a move? They just what, you just know what you know and going somewhere blind? No, you do research. You and I'm talking about dating. You do research, and there's a lot of people on this planet for a reason, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it, brother. It's not. Don't worry about what they gotta say. They're just
yeah,
hating on us because they can't do the same thing. BWs, some of them, some. I mean, they travel the world. What I'm saying is, they're looked at as a symbol because of, we're looked at as thugs, but we're going to change that reputation. They're looked at as a, sex symbol. No offense, because of what's been going on. So they can't do
mm,
the same things that we're doing. So they're going to hate on us.
yeah. Thanks for that, brother. Facts. Thank you, Mr. International. Shout out to Mr. Thomas Demihin. What's up, brother? For the £1.79 super chat, much appreciated, brother. Thank you. Uh, Black, Japanese black woman and German black woman equal success. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I've met a lot of German black women in Germany, gorgeous women, feminine, cooperative. So if you give me the choice between a ABW like Asian doll and a feminine German black woman, obviously I'm choosing the German black woman. That's what life is. That's my preference, and you can't shame me for that. So shout out to you, Thomas Demihin. Country boy, I see you, brother. Hold on, brothers. You want to make sure you follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM there. I'll speak to you over the phone if needed. Follow me on Instagram, brothers. Um, I'm also on Twitter as well, brothers. So follow me on Twitter. Send me a DM on Twitter. Retweet my tweets. Support the channel through Twitter, brothers. Okay, and support. Yep. So let me bring in Country Boy.
Hey, IP,
Uh,
real quick, can you send me a new link because mine's expired for the Discord. I know I'm drawing and stuff, but yeah, man.
okay. All right. Thank you for that, bro. I remember. Yeah, I remember you. Okay, that's fine, bro. Let me bring in Country Boy. What's up, Country Boy? You okay, bro?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, bro. How are you?
I'm all right. I've actually been subscribed to you for a while. I won't say this is like the most favorite topic, but I guess I I figured I'd come on and speak my opinion. But I do want to start off by saying that out of all the content creators, I think that you are consistent, and I think that what you're doing is definitely going to spread the word in a positive way. So I appreciate that.
Hey, thank you for that, Country Boy. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you so much, bro.
No problem. I guess I'll just keep it short because I'm kind of in between time at the moment. I just had two quick things. The first thing, do you think this is like real or fake outrage? And when I say this, I mean, I'll give a small example.
Mm,
I was trying to kind of pinpoint where all of this protect black women stuff came from when I watched, I guess, the small clips, and I noticed that she said that she was defending black women, and that I
BWs.
right that was sorry BWs. I believe that was a tweet that was put out or something. Yeah, I know, but like, do you, for everybody listening, I don't think this is real outrage. I think all content creators, whether music artists or YouTubers, they all serve a purpose to their audience, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think she found her lane, and I think she kind of realized that maybe her career is going in a certain direction, and it'd be best to kind of have, I guess you could say, the BWs championing her in a certain aspect, right? I
Mm,
so yeah,
okay.
my question to you is, do you think this is real or fake outrage?
I think it's real. I really think it's real because they've been trying to get Fresh and Fit out the paint for a minute now because they're not very politically correct. Fresh and Fit. I know when something's fake, and when people go against the grain, when they don't really when they're not really like up with the times and they say as it is. People in power don't like that. So I think it's real. And on that note as well, this protect BWs. Protect BWs from what? Protect ABWs from what?
Mm.
We're not the one forcing them to date thugs or Pookie and Ray Rays. We're not the ones telling them to protect these kind of brothers. So what exactly do they need protecting from? If someone says they don't want to date you, they don't want to date you. So why would you need protection from something like that? It's weird,
Mm.
isn't it? What
It is.
exactly do they need protection from?
Yeah, I guess that goes into why I think it's more so catering to an audience. But I think what they really want protection from, if I can think of it in a literal sense, is they want protection from any opposing opinion.
Mm,
Yes, yeah. Anything that, okay, because I can ramble, so I kind of want to keep my thoughts concise. I believe that the BW would really appreciate it if they were able to live in filth with no repercussions, with no commentary, with no objections. I believe the BW wants to come on your podcast, disrespect you, and step back and say, well, I'm a BW. You should protect me. It's true. It sounds
mm.
ridiculous. I know. It sounds, and I wrote victim mentality down on my notepad here. And I'm not sure if you have the answer to this or anyone else in the chat does, but I cannot understand why people who feel that their image is being thrown in the trash, they jump up and try to, as you say, protect the BW that represents the worst part of their image.
Yep, yep, facts. Like I said, we're not telling who's forcing you to twerk on tables. Who's forcing you to twerk in the middle of the street. I'm keeping it real, bro. I was walking to McDonald's the other day, and some BWs just starts twerking in McDonald's. I'm like, what's going on here? And everyone's looking like, what is she doing? So who's responsible for putting that image of themselves out there as twerkers, as being promiscuous, wearing blonde weaves, wearing green hair? This is all coming from the Western BW. And God forbid I'm not dating that. You must be mad, you know? You must be absolutely mad. And who do you need protection from? Someone in the live stream chat. If a woman is if someone that's a female that's watching it, call in please and tell me who on earth do you need protection from? Because you pick your choices as to who you want to date. It's not educated brothers. You've completely disregarded brothers who are educated, who have their heads screwed on straight because we're lames, we're nerds, whatever. You want to date, um, you want to date the rappers, the thugs, the Pookie and Ray Rays. So tell me, who do you need protection from? Who? Makes no sense to me, brother.
Not at all. And I think the unfortunate part about it, I'm in the Northeast region of the United States, and I can say this with no hate or animosity in my heart. I love the culture, certain aspects, the food, the music, certain music, the different personalities, the different accents when you travel across the world, or excuse me, across the United States, the different states. There's a lot to like about ABW culture, but I can say this with an honest perspective. It's transcended color now. Where I
Mm,
am right now, what you saw displayed on that podcast, I would say that's a normal personality for any race living in the inner city.
damn.
Yes, yeah.
Are you in Miami, DC?
No, I'm in the Northeast, closer to New
Portland.
York.
Oh, damn. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, and this is not to talk bad about any of the states. It's not even about that, but the harsh tone, the I believe what the word shame tactics, or that it's almost as if you want to be polite, but you can't because they'll walk all over you. And if you hold your frame, you're doing too much.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I said, I wanted to keep it short. I appreciate the stream. I do think you have a couple agents in the chat. It sounds like, you may have a BW jump on, and that would be awesome for them to explain why they feel so passionate about this. But, I'll leave with this. If I saw Pookie and Ray Ray displaying themselves like that, I'm unfortunately not going to defend them.
Yeah.
You have to carry yourself a certain way. Yes, I understand a lot of people don't like FNF. That's fine. They can have their own opinions. I'm neutral. The main thing I respect about them is the production and the hustle. I have a father, so the content is irrelevant. But
All right. Thanks for that, brother. Much appreciated, country boy. Stay on the line, brother. You still have time. I'll come at you later on, okay? Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Thomas Demahin, the legend, for the £1.79 super chat. He says, protect Keisha's and SYSBW equal best jokes ever made. SYSBW. Madness, man. That's crazy. SYSBM, you mean, bro? SYSBW. Can't believe that's even a thing. Yeah, I don't know who they need protection from. It's weird. Shout out to Thomas. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you. Let me bring in Mr. Jaron Patton. Hello, Jaron. How you doing, brother?
How you doing?
I'm
Um,
doing good. You okay?
that is good. Now, I got a few things I gotta get off my chest because this is really, really needs to stop. Because like I'm just getting real sick and tired that other BWs telling us what to do and tell us how to live our life that because we're not allowed to have prefaces. Like, what is wrong with that? I mean, IP yourself have preferences with foreign women and BWs. For me, I have a preferences with Asian women, full Asian woman. That's it. But I'm not gonna talk bad about BWs, okay? Because I need to keep that to myself. Like I said, I have a mom, I have an auntie, I have a grandma, I have a cousins, and that's all I need. You know what I'm saying? But what
Yeah.
I'm not going to what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to let other BWs say, like, you hate your mom, you hate your grandma. Like, no, I love my family, okay? And I can date whoever I want. And that's me. And as for Asian doll, I don't care who she is. I don't care if she's a social media influencer. I don't care if she's a rapper. But that is no excuse of her behavior in Fresh and Fit. That's no excuse. She may have kicked herself out, but she almost going to get kicked out. Her behavior is unacceptable, and I don't like it. You don't come to people's podcasts and being disrespectful. They have rules. They call the shots. You're going to follow those rules. If you don't, you're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't tolerate disrespect or rudeness because I don't like it. Because she's trying to play the innocent role. Well, guess what? You're not the innocent. You're not innocent. You're not the center of somebody else's universe. Because you're not going to go there, okay? You're not going to cause a scene. You're not going to start anything, okay? People have rules and you're going to have to follow them. And us as brothers, we have every right to date whoever we want. We have a right to have a preference in a woman. Like I said, have a preference of Asian woman, Filipino woman, like you name it. I'm Team Asia all the way. I said that before. Because you have other BWs who dating outside their race. They have their own preference. What does that say about them? Because I said this before. They chose to date outside their race as well. but some of them don't because they choose to date bad guys and thugs and drug dealers and criminals and behaving a certain way and twerking and acting a fool and all that stuff. And like, come on now, like wake up and smell the coffee, because people are not going to tolerate that behavior based on what Asian doll, the way she act on Fresh and Fit, okay, and other BWs that I witness around. Like, come on now, we all human beings have feelings. We are human beings that we have every right to do whatever we want. They can do whatever we want, and we can do whatever they want, but they cannot tell us what to do. They don't own us, and we don't own them. They cannot tell us what to do, how to live our lives. They can't control us. And you cannot say that we are not allowed to have a preference in a woman. We are not allowed to date outside of our race, date another woman from another race. Like, we can do whatever we want. You can't do nothing about it. So what I'm saying to you, brothers, do not let people tell you how to live your life. You can do whatever you want. And do not let them, I repeat, do not let them tell you how to live your life. If you want to date outside of your race, that's fine. That's cool and all. But do not
Thanks for that.
let them tell you how to live your life. That's all. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Thanks for that, Jaron Patton. Bro's on fire tonight. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, bro. You definitely said your piece, bro. Thank you, Jaron Patton. Shout out to Mr. Thomas Demihin for the £1.79 super chat. Foreign woman massacre Keisha's indesirability. Yes, indeed, facts by far. You know, ever since I tasted my first foreign woman, I ain't gone back since, man. I ain't gone back since. Western women are normal for me. I'm sorry, man. It's over. Let me bring in D. Can you turn your camera on in the background, please? Just so I know you're not a troll. I've got to see your face though, bro. I don't know who you are. I still can't see you. You're frozen. I can't see you, bro. Your camera's frozen. Yeah, you're good, bro. Thank you, D. Turn it off. Let me bring in the brother D. Hello, D. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
You're loud and clear, bro. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, okay, so I just want to also put my opinion on this, right? So when I was sitting down and analyzing this whole situation from, the fashion thing, I just want to say there's a difference between
Oh, sorry,
BW.
bro. Sorry, bro. Your audio is off. Your audio is very finicky. Do you mind checking your connection and then dropping off and coming back in, bro? Because we can't hear you that clearly. It's very all over the place.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
No, it's still echoey and very alienish. It's hard to hear you. So I think it's a connection issue. So if you drop off, come back in, and then reset your router. Thank you, bro. Mr. Jordan K. Francois, can you turn your camera on in the background, please? Just so I know you're not a troll. Then you can turn it off afterwards. I've got to see your face. It's very dark there. I don't know if you're not a troll or not. It's very dark, bro. And any light around you? Because I need to see. Normally that's what trolls do. Sorry, bro. It's just yeah, you're good, brother. Thank you. Let me bring in a Jordan K. Francois.
Francois, yeah. All right,
What's up,
thanks
Jordan?
so much, man. I'm a big fan of your show, man. You're fantastic. I gotta tell you. But I want to ask, right? What is the deal with Western women these days? It's not the case that they're, that they're black women per se, right? But it's the case of like white women too. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
afraid of the black man. It's like, what is the deal with that? Because when you go to Asia, when you travel around like in Africa, you know what I mean, or South America, where a lot of Latinas are, they're beautiful women. So I mean, and they're nice too. You know what I mean? So what is the deal with Western women?
Are you new to the channel, brother? I'm guessing you're
No, I
subscriber?
subscribed for a while now.
Okay. The deal is, bro, they're just not feminine. I'm keeping it real. They're missing traits that make up what a real woman is. Keeping it real, not feminine. Don't wear feminine clothes. Want to sleep around, open their legs up to any man. Not conservative, not submissive. Don't cook, don't clean, don't have any motherly instincts. Just want to party around, live a hot girl summer lifestyle. You must be mad if you think I'm going to marry a hot girl summer girl. That's not happening. And you will find that only mostly in the West. I'm not saying that foreign women don't have that kind of woman. They do. But the majority of women in the West are on that hot girl summer ish. I've come across many women like that in my life over the past few years until I got sick of it and got my passport, experienced foreign women for the first time in my life that were conservative, that just beautiful to be around with. And I've never gone back to that, bro. I've never gone back to dating a Western woman. Even though I'm in the West right now, I seek out foreign women. But I'll tell you this, bro, when you bring a foreign woman over to the West, she will become brainwashed and indoctrinated. So
But
you must go to the source.
I agree with that, but what do you think it is though? Is it the culture? Because I'm a New Yorker, right? I'm a New Yorker by birth, and I was raised there, right? And I'm wondering, what is it? Is it the culture? Is it our politics that are like that? Because our politics, as you can see, are very convoluted. Like they brainwash you. They say, oh, this is how women is supposed to be.
Mm,
Meanwhile, you have other countries who embrace the patriarchy. You know what I mean? And not
yeah,
over here that they're they're trying to destroy that. Like, what's the deal with
correct.
that?
So you're asking how it started. So it comes from the schools. I remember
Okay.
back in when I was in school a long time ago, they were teaching feminism. They were teaching all this nonsense about men were responsible for this, blah blah blah. When the men that were responsible for that are not alive today in 2022. And over time, it goes from middle school, high school, then college is the final form, which is like the Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4 final form, where the the hatred of men and the feminism ODs, oh, very hard. I saw it myself. I was like, whoa, and that's how it starts mixing with the media as well. You got all these female superheroes that are beating up men. How, that's how you know how fake this thing is.
Yeah.
How is a woman beating up all these 6 foot men and everyone feel that's okay? But you see that in films, in the music as well. God is a Woman by Ariana Grande. But you remember that? What the
Yeah,
hell's
of
going on
course.
there? You see, that's all part of the agenda, bro. That's what's happening, bro. Media is in it. The schools are in it. Rap music is also in it. Megan, Cardi B, couple of simp rappers like Drake, Migos and all these rappers simping. Then that's how you have a whole bunch of Western women that are lost, that
But
live a
how,
hot
how, how,
girl
how do we
summer
get that
lifestyle.
respect though? How do we get that back though? As
It's
black men,
over. It's over.
we,
That's why on my channel you don't see me trying to patch things up in our community. I'm telling brothers to deviate from the community, leave the community, and make up a new one abroad. It's over, bro.
uh,
It's
I
over.
I feel you. I feel you.
That's it,
Uh,
bro.
no, I appreciate it, bro. Honestly, thank you, man.
No worries, brother. Thanks for calling in, Jordan K. Francois. Much appreciated, bro. Stay on the
Thanks,
line.
man.
Let me put you on mute. Let me bring in the brother Jared. I've been Lamont. Jared, can you turn your camera on in the background, please, just so I know you're not a troll? Yep, you're verified, brother. Thank you very much. Turn it up. Let me bring in Gerard Ibn Lamont. What's up, brother? How are you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, IP.
No,
I haven't listened to the whole stream, but I'm quite aware of this incident.
yes, bro. It's going around that black men can't have dating preferences nowadays, or it's considered to be RACIST. But if brothers say they don't want to date Latina women, Asian women, that's okay. But when brothers don't want to date the Western BWs, that's not okay. But white men can go around dating all these different groups of women. No one complains about, oh, why aren't you dating white women anymore, you white man? No. But when it comes to a brother, you're like, oh, why are you not dating a BW? You hate your mother, you hate your auntie, your sisters. that's what we're dealing with right now, Gerard. What's your opinion on that, brother?
Okay, so I'll address that. Well, the reason why BWs or Bravo whiskeys, I'm gonna start saying that, man, because I'm a military guy. I like that, Bravo whiskeys. The reason why Bravo whiskeys can't have that attitude or what have you, because ultimately they're the most limited of all of the racial and gender demographics when it comes to racial interracial dating. Black, bro, should I keep this up, man? But anyways, I'll go back. BWs. I do like that Bravo whiskey though. That's so perfect, man. I like that. But anyways, BWs, man. That's why ultimately, man. Why they have that. I mean, because whenever BWs actually go and when the few instances of like celebrities that actually date outside of the race, like Halle Berry, Serena Williams, Meghan Markle. I mean, you see that over there with the Queen. Well, that's right. They left England, right? It's supposedly they were racist, like you didn't already know that. But anyway, freaking, that's why you have that, man. Now, in specific to this particular incident, okay, as far as now, I do have criticism of Fresh and Fit. Now, listen, everyone can have their own preferences, or you like what you like. Where I dislike it is where you go ahead and you denigrate your own women in front of other groups. So that's where like, now if something is true, and that's what it is, right? If it's true, it's true. But the part that I like, does it say, I don't date Keishas and Laquitas? Like, now you're kind of actually appropriating like a white supremacist talking points. You could say, hey, like, listen, black women or Bravo whiskeys or B-dubs are super masculine. Those are all true things, right? That's true. But when you start going on with the caricatures that, you know what I'm saying, are, the other people do, like, that's kind of weird for me. That's where it kind of crosses the line. And then on top of that, and like, for me personally, I've interracially dated, and it's not where it's at for me, but I choose to go with black women that are foreign, right? That's another option. And even when asked about them, here, these are two guys that are coming from foreign households. So these aren't, they aren't native black Americans. They're, what I'm saying, Fresh is just off the boat, really. And honestly, Myron is, what I'm saying, second generation or first generation, depending on how you want to look at it. And even when asked about would he be interested in his own Sudanese woman in his country, what I'm saying, not an Americanized one, but he was like, no, I'm not even into that. That's like, wow, dude, like, that's weird to me. You know what I mean? That's just me personally, man. But again, but I've talked enough, man. You go ahead.
No, thanks for saying your point, bro. Hold on, brother. Shout out to Joshua Epps for the $199 super chat. ABWs are not feminine, period. Yes, indeed. I agree with that. I met a couple. They were obviously checking for me because I'm a UK brother. The accent got to them and made them very moist and happy. But I wasn't checking for them, man. I saw the feminism coming through, and it wasn't for me. But you're right about that, Joshua Epps. Thank you, bro. Good points there, Gerard. Although I may disagree with some of your points, but on my platform, we're open to all points. Maybe they could have said it a lot more without saying, the words Knight Rider and all that stuff. I agree. Maybe that was a bit too, but interesting you said about the Sudan part as well. I didn't know about that. That's funny.
Yeah, no, seriously. It was on the same show. Like, it was like literally that the show, they were asked about it from the girls. It was their show, and they were actually recapping what happened with Asian Doll. So let's Let's say that. That's the actually. I didn't watch the original episode. I watched the one where they, you know, the one that came. I'm sorry, probably the next day, where they were actually analyzing. They had the girl that was there who was doing the interrupting or what have you, and so on. And for me, like honestly, you know, another thing I don't like about them is that they throw in the N word so much. Like, you know, I feel I'm so glad, brother. I'm so glad, man, that you make that like not something that you allow on your show. You know, because what that does is then it you allow, because so on that, the show that I watched was the recap of the other Asian doll incident, and you had, you know, other non black people or black women, you know, throwing, you know, saying the N word.
What?
And it's just, yeah, yeah, man, yeah. In fact, because the girl that did most of, you know, who was, you know, quote unquote Asian doll was supposedly defending they brought her back onto the show, and you know, she was on the couch, and at one point, you know, Myron is basically trying to like say, hey, do you accept responsibility for what you did? And so, you know, everyone's jumping down her throat, so she was kind of being defensive and resisting accepting responsibility. And so there was a lot of chatter that was happening from the women that were on the panel towards her. And then at one point, like literally, the Puerto Rican girl was telling her, you know, hey, you need to shut up, my NIGGA. And it was like, whoa, you know, now I know some people consider Puerto Ricans, you know, in that realm, but all it does is that when you go down this road, right, where we, you know, when we let in, you know, we let people into our, on a public platform, into personal discussions and conversations, you do it and not in a way like how you do it, with class and with respect, then, you know, you open the floodgates for all of the disrespect from the other groups and so on. And now, you know, the N word is just a word. You know, you had the lady that was on there that was Cuban, that was Cuban and Jewish, and she was defending her right to say that the N word because it's just a word, and she's been with black men. And see, these are the things that like I said, I've been in interracial relationships for a good portion of my adolescence and early adulthood, and this is why I don't like them. You know, because you have these type of attitudes and these type of things come out. I'd just rather be with a black woman or a BW that's, you know, that's foreign. You know what I'm saying? I just rather go that route than to get with these other non-races, because they all have some sort of anti-blackness in them. At the end of the day, it comes out, you know, or these type of attitudes that are very problematic, you know. But again, that's just my I'm not pushing that on anybody else. That's just how I view about it. But when, you know, I think we just got to watch how we talk, you know, about these situations, these problems, because they are problems. I'm not going to sit there and say like, you know, oh, you know, it's you know, like what is true is not true. But there's a way to talk about it in a way to where, you know, because we are the other half of them, right? You know, and the same thing when they talk about us and the issues that we have, the Pookies and the Ray Rays of the world, we know that's true, right? We know that those people are out there in our community, right? That's real, you know. And then, but when you have the black feminists that hate on us and they use those, you know, degenerate examples of our gender and reason why they, you know, they don't need to be with us and they need to go out. Again, it just becomes more caricature for the outside to continue, you know. It's like I just can't adopt those type of talking points, you know, when I know where that's coming from or how that could be used. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, great points there, brother. You're right. You know, that I don't allow the N word on my platform due to reasons like that. You know, it becomes just a word where anyone thinks it's okay when there's history behind that word. Disrespectful. It's not a good look for us. But I don't know, man. Some of our people love throwing that word around, thinking it's okay. I don't know, man. But not around me. You know, we gotta curb that, man. But appreciate you, Mr. Gerard, for your insight there, an opposing insight, but definitely a good one indeed. Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
Let me bring in D. Turn your camera off. Turn it off. All right, let me bring in D. All right, what's up, D?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, much better. Yes.
All right, cool. My bad. Yeah, it was something wrong with my connection earlier. But yeah, I have a lot to say about this.
Mhm.
First, I was kind of in the fence a little bit, but I do notice a lot of things that BW do that, at least in my opinion, is not right, right? And specifically ABW, right? Or American BW, right? Because I feel like most of them are hypocrites in a way, right? They would say, "Oh, don't put us down," but they put us, black males down or BMs down, right? Oftentimes, they're often pocket shaming us, saying, "Oh, you broke, you're just a broke N word," blah blah blah. I mean, I live in Europe, it's pretty common to hear that all the time, right? They pocket shame us, they height shame us, right? Saying, "Oh, you too short," blah blah, or and the whole 9 yards. So I'm saying like, and they also have their own preference, right? And because some American BW do is that they want, oh, I want to go with daddy, which is basically like a white dude or whatever. So why can't black males have their own preference? If you want to choose a white woman, Asian woman, or whatever other woman that's not a BW, right? I mean, it's a free country. Last time I checked, and we could be whoever we want to be, right? And at the same, and what I have to say is that they say that they need what, protection, right? But who are they really protecting themselves from, right? Because a lot of time American BW, they set their own image. A lot of time they set their own image. Uh, and it's crazy because when I was in Europe, when I went to France, I don't even know, but they actually air Love and Hip Hop in France, right? With like French subtitles. And so in a way, they're setting their own image even like across the world. And it's not a very good image, in my opinion, at least, right? And they often put down like, I don't know. It's just they're setting their own image and ruining their own reputation. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree, brother. 100%.
yeah, right. And I think if Fresh and Fit want to have their own preference, they should have their own preference and do whatever they want to do. However, I still think they should not put down BW and put other race up. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like I don't think they should say, oh, like this Keisha in public and then put Becky on top. For me personally, I don't think that's right because that's a problem. Even though again BW set their own image to the world and the world sees how they act. And when I say BW, I mean American BW, not just regular BW. Because yeah, I think foreign BWs are amazing, right? I've seen African women who are amazing. I've seen Cuban BWs who are amazing. Panama, you already know. South America, they're all amazing. But it's just American BW that's just like too ratchet. I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. And one more thing, I think Fresh and Fit shouldn't have done what they done with what's the name? Asia Doll, Baby Doll,
Asian doll.
Asian Doll. Yeah, I don't think they should have done what they did with her, like kick her out, because um from a business standpoint, I feel like they lost a lot of money and a lot of business opportunity, right? Uh, so I don't know because it's like Kevin Samuels when he was interviewing Brittany Renner. Like even though she was kind of like, at least in my opinion, like saying stupid stuff, he didn't went off on her because again, business and brands and even teach academics, right? Like business, I don't know, but that's a whole other subject. But yeah, I think in conclusion, American BW set their own image and they're hypocrite, and yeah, pretty much.
All right, thanks for that, D. Great points there, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Levatrius Robinson, can you turn your camera on in the background just so I know you're not a troll? And I'll add you in. Thank you, bro. Turn it off. Let me bring in Levatrius Robinson. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro.
Yeah, I gotta agree with D on this. The hypocrisy of ABWs has been going on for so long; it's become normalized now.
Okay. Yeah. I agree, bro.
But I gotta say, this is an opportunity for a black man. The more that ABW self-destruct, the stronger the movement gets.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree.
So I just say, let them self-destruct and just thrive behind the scenes. Thanks, while they perish in the spotlight.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, thank you, bro.
Thanks. Pleasure to be on here.
Thank you, Rachel. Much appreciated, brother. Thank you. Mr. Pro Black in the chat, please call in, brother. It appears that you have a lot to say, so I'd love to debate you on your thoughts and opinion. So if you can call in, please call in, bro. Let's see. So, brothers, feel free to call in. There's a lot of space in the panel. I'll stay on longer. So, if you want to call in, Joe L, I saw you there, brother. Why don't you call in again, Joe L? And brothers, feel free to call in. Who else wants to chime in? I think there was a super chat by. No. Yeah, brothers, feel free to hit the super chats. Feel free to hit the catch up as well to support the channel. Like I said, brothers, the Discord. The Patreon is coming very soon. So press a 1 in the chat if you will be subscribing to the Patreon. That's coming very soon. Looking forward to it. So I'm still working on that. So thank you, brothers. So let me Miss International, can you turn your camera on in the background, please? Yep, you're verified, brother. Thank you. Let me bring in Mr. International. Do you want to chime in any further on this, Mr. International?
Yeah,
We can't
man. I
hear you,
had to
brother.
double back, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I had to, and this is the thing, man. There, one day we're going to have a stream in this channel, and it's going to be called the Hidden Gems of America. It's going to be called the Hidden Gems of America, and it's going to, we're going to talk about, places like San Diego and other places that don't think of San Diego, but brothers that are from America, they know what I'm talking about. And what I'm saying is that's that IP. We had this conversation. We talked about it. 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever realm it is. That's the percentage of feminine ABWs out of 100. Don't get it wrong. It's a small percentage, but the ones that aren't trying to be like somebody else, natural hair, wife material, want to be like their grandmothers, like my grandmothers, and the ladies that actually had black husbands and stuff like that didn't get divorced, because that's a rarity to see. A married black woman with a black man. It's not most of the time. I mean, maybe some of the time she just doesn't want to be with a scrub or whatever, but most of the time it's our choice. But we're not saying that all are bad, but we're also saying that there's more of an abundance of feminine BWs around the world in these countries that we're naming. And you can't knock it, man. In Brazil alone, there's like how many million black people? You know what I mean?
50.
And
Yeah.
we're saying that there's a better abundance overseas. We're not knocking them. There are a few good ones, and I think about this all the time. Like, yo, when I finally get an overseas wife or BW, will she have that kind of pizzazz that American BWs have that, or even like I said, they're known as a symbol and stuff. No offense, but all that twerking and stuff came from here, and they're very seductive. And I'm gonna miss that to a point, but I think about the bigger picture. I think about, oh man, when I turn 60 and she's 60, will she get up and cook dinner for me just like it was when we was 22? When I was 22 year old, would she be the same? You know what I mean? Or will she complain about her knees hurting when she doesn't do a lot? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I look at. I look at wifey traits. And what I'm saying, yeah, I don't know if that was somebody on my side or against my side. My words are powerful, man. And what I'm saying is that we're looking at traits, personalities over looks. Because if ABWs were like foreign BWs or foreign women in general, like we say all the time, IP, they'll be top 5, top 1, top 2, top 3 in beauty and everything. But, you know, all this corruption and whitewash and what's the words, opportunity, levels of opportunities for us against, they don't want to struggle no more. And we don't want to struggle anymore, but we're handling the cards that we're dealt. I'm talking about ABW. We're not bashing them. We're just speaking the facts. You know what I mean? They don't want to struggle no more, so they'll date Chad or something. And Chad, after having a couple of babies by black guys, they still love us. You know what I mean? But they settle for the guy that's going to take their baggage. And we're not going to take their baggage. And like I said, I love my grandmother. I love my sisters. I love my mom. I honestly could say my sisters are in that bracket of the 20, natural hair, went to school, went to college. They're still good ones. But what we're saying is it's rare. And we're not getting any younger, and time waits for no man. And we're praising those type of women, but we're bashing the ones that are trying to get. First, it was the feminist movement where all rights were equal. Now, no, my fault. I don't want to use those words, but now they're trying to get more of an advantage, overuse their power, get more jobs than us, put us at an advantage when we're already at an advantage, and that stuff is not cool, man. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, thanks for that, Miss International. Much appreciated, bro. Brothers, feel free to call in, brothers.
And they're trying to turn us, feminine in ourselves with all this other flamboyant stuff that I'm not going to name. They're trying to turn the man. This government and this system is bad. There's some gems, IP. I'm gonna call you, man, one of these days. We want to touch on them, but yeah, they're trying to make us less macho. They're trying to, abandon us, as they saying with these chads and stuff, and we're not having it. And that's what this convo is about. I'm sorry I had to add that in there. We're not having it. I love the 20%. The 20%, I'll kill for them. You know what I mean? Those feminine BWs, because they're rare and they're special. But the Asian dolls, why is your name Asian doll? You're not even Asian. You know what I mean? Like you said, I do. You know what I mean?
It's a madness.
Listen, that stuff is crazy. Horse hair. If you was in 1910 and you told people that black women would start wearing horsehair, they might have shot you right there.
Damn.
And that's a fact. I'm done, man.
Thanks for that, bro. Much appreciated, Miss International. Thank you, man. All right, what was I going to say? Brothers, feel free to call in, brothers. We've got 5 more spaces on the live stream chat. If you want to chime in further, call in right now. And of course, brothers, hit the super chats, hit the cash app. If you can't call in, you have a question, you want to say something, and you want me to read it out loud, hit the cash app, hit the super chats. That'd be greatly appreciated. Mr. Jaron Patton, go on, brother.
I just wanted to say one last thing, because like at the end of the day, because like we have every right to live our own lives. We have a right to have our own preferences. We have every right to do whatever we want. And I had to agree with Mr. International what he just said. Like, why did you name Asian doll? I was about to ask the same question. Like, really? Really? Well, it doesn't matter anyway, because what matters is I don't tolerate this behavior towards her, the way she acts on the podcast. I don't like it. I don't approve of it, but I'm not finna judge her who she is. I just don't like the behavior, the way she acts. And that is trashy, not classy. Like, I'm all about classy, not trashy. And like I said, like I'm team Asia all the way, and I'm not bashing BWs as well, because this is not what the channel is all about. People got it all twisted, and I prefer foreign women as much as you do, IP. So at the end of the day, we have every right to do whatever we want. We're grown people. We're grown men. and when people like it or not, that's the way it is. It is how it is. They can't do nothing about it. Let them let them act the way they act because we couldn't care less. We don't care. And that's all I'm about to say for now.
Thank you, brother. Much appreciated, Jeremy Patton. Shout out to Mr. Matt Battle for the $999 super chat. Thank you, brother, for the support. Much appreciated, bro. After high school, I went to Ghana, and the BW there were completely different. I mean, none of them were calling themselves Asian. Oh God! And telling them they can't have standards. Respect is a two-way street. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Matt Battle for pointing that out. That's what I'm telling you, brothers, man. You gotta get your passports, man. A lot of brothers don't understand that. Well, you're experiencing it in America and the UK, it's not normal, right? It's not normal for you to be spending all your money on an ungrateful woman. It's not normal for you to be dealing with so-called boss babes and strong women, independent women who are rude to you. It's not normal in any shape or form. Get your passports if you want to experience a feminine woman. And he's right. When I go abroad and meet foreign BWs, ain't no one calling themselves Asian. China doll, Japanese doll, Thailand doll, Filipina doll. None of that nonsense, man. Some weird ish going on in America, man. Appreciate you, Matt Battle. Thank you, bro. Chad the Great, can you turn your camera on in the background just so I know you're not a troll real quick? Yep, I see you, bro. Turn it off, brother. Let me bring in Chad the Great. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Just had a few minutes to chime in on what's going on.
What's going on, Chad, man? Been a minute, bro. Happy New Year. How you keeping, bro?
Same to you. I'm good. About to get back in these South Beach streets, man. I actually live in Miami, so I already know what's going on with the whole situation.
Please do, yeah. Chime in on that, bro, because we were just speaking about how brothers are being attacked for their preferences, those being fresh and fit, and it's not fair, right? Because how are we going from the argument between Asian dolls talking about black men's preferences? Speak on that, brother.
So the reason why she calls herself Asian doll because her eyes are slanted like an Asian person. That's why she calls herself Asian doll. So Miami's a different city. Miami's like its own country pretty much. It's not part of Florida. And then South Beach is its own separate entity in Miami. So South Beach is different because I work in the nightclubs like Live, Story, so on and so forth. What a lot of people don't know is a lot of the nightclubs they're not geared towards BWs. They're more towards I say more like pale skin or like Latinas, Asians, so on and so forth. And a lot of the nightclubs also have liquor sponsors. So the liquor sponsors, that's the type of crowd they want to see with their alcohol. They don't want to see BWs with their alcohol because I believe the liquor companies or the sponsors think that's a better look, and that black people are going to buy that's going to want the black people to buy the alcohol pretty much because we're one of the top spenders. That's why a lot of the black community in America don't have any money. We spend the most money out of anybody. I believe 2019 or before the whole pandemic, we accounted for about $7 trillion to the American economy, just black people alone. So South Beach is a very different place. I dabble in. I watched the whole Fresh and Fit situation, and I'm around Fresh a lot. He comes to the clubs all the time. Myron doesn't go out at all. He goes out once in a while, like certain parties or whatever. But I see Fresh every week, pretty much in the clubs. He's usually with like a Latino or a white girl, so on and so forth. I'm not gonna bash anybody for their preference, man. You love who you love. They say usually in terms of love or crime, it's who you're in the proximity of. Like I was saying a few weeks ago, you can't get mad at a lot of these athletes for dating white women or Latin women because those are the women that are at the games or at their practices or the ones that are there before they become somebody. A lot of BWs, they're waiting for the man to figure out his whole self at the finish line, then they want to date the man. Then they don't want to get with him before he becomes something. Like everyone was mad at Virgil a couple weeks ago when he died. I'm like, how can you be mad at Virgil for having a white wife? He met her in college when he was. She supported him when he was nobody. When he was at the University of Wisconsin getting his degree, she stuck around. She took care of him. When he went through a little bit of hardship, he went to he went and got his master's, and she was still there. Then he got in the whole situation with Kanye, so on and so forth. So those women have been with him for almost 20 years, and you're mad at him over a woman that's been around since he was nothing. That's what a lot of BWs used to do in the past, like back in the 18 and early 1900s. They don't do that now. They wait at the finish line for the man to figure himself out. Then they want to go ahead and pick the man then. And what a lot of women don't understand is not just BWs. When men have to build himself by himself, he'll go for the best woman he can get. If a man builds with a woman, he's very faithful to that woman. So he dedicates his resources to that woman, no matter how she looks. That's why a lot of these athletes or wealthy men, he's sitting with a very average woman. Those women have been there before there was something. They built with that man. So you can't. He has I guess he feels he owns that woman something because she helped build the man. And a lot of times when a man have to build himself, he doesn't owe anybody anything. So he'll go for the baddest woman. That's what a lot of women don't understand. So, like I said, a lot of the clubs are geared towards promoting to the BWs, but they'll take your money though. But you can't fault a man for his preferences. Like I said, it's all in proximity. So if a lot of Latin women or a lot of white women or in the man's proximity or wherever he travels or whatever, you can't fault the man for liking what he likes. When I first moved to America, I lived in New York. I lived in a predominantly black neighborhood, but we had a lot of Latin people going to my school. I didn't really pay attention to them. Everybody's in their clique in America. You have the white people, the Asian people, the black people, the Latin people. Everybody was in their own clique. I eventually moved to Florida. It was more of a mix where everybody was still in cliques, but the cliques were a mix or whatever. So that's when I really got into liking Latin women because I was around them all the time. You can't fault me for liking something because that's what I'm used to. In middle school, in high school, in college, so on and so forth, those were the type of the women I was around pretty much.
But bruh, I mean, let's be real. We been here, right?
Yeah.
You can't say you can't fault. No, man. I mean, you made that choice consciously. And that was what was around. You just made that choice. Like
exactly. Like I'm saying, that it's you like who's in proximity of you.
Right? Yeah. I get it. I went to a predominantly white high school. I lost my virginity to a white girl. I can't even remember when I probably was like 4 or 5 in before I even ever had relations with a black woman. But it's still a choice though. It's not like you just you slip and fell into the opposite race women. You know what I'm saying? Like you talked to her, you dated her. You know what I mean? That's where that's where like we got to be accountable to our choices though. Like if you with the type of woman, it's because you want to be with that type of woman. You know what I'm saying? That
I love everybody, man. I read the autobiography of MLK and Malcolm X. Malcolm X said you can't love yourself unless you love your own people. So I love BWs. I never have had any issues with them. I've dated them. I've dated black and Spanish women. I don't have any issues with them at all. I have an issue with masculine females. That's my issue.
Yeah, me too. I totally agree with you on that. But when I I hear brothers be like, well, it's like, no, but we make a choice, man. You know what I'm saying? We make a choice. It is not, and there's nothing wrong with making choices. You know what I'm saying? We got to own it though.
That at the same time, a lot of the people, especially in the Miami community, there are a lot of first generation Latin people that live here. So that's what I'm used to, or first or second generation. So they're very feminine here. A lot of the women that are here, they're not like African. They're African American that's been here for generations, they are very masculine. They're far from their ancestral lines. Like today, I was reading a Monahan report, which showed that in the 60s, the government took a study where I think Kevin Samuels spoke about it. The women chose government cheese and Medicaid and everything, government assistance over their own men in the black
Right.
community, which makes no sense. I was like, this is crazy. So it's not just the men were leaving, the women were choosing government assistance over the men. And if you chose government assistance, the men weren't allowed to live at the house. So until a lot of these women kind of shot themselves in the legs where they had to raise these kids on their own. And then at that point, they end up taking on a lot of masculine traits because the father's not there.
Yeah, amongst many other reasons. But yeah, man, it's the dysfunction of, you know, the black American race. There's a lot of reasons to it, and that was the program that came in the 60s, right? You know,
I believe that we have bad leadership in the community, and I don't think women should be leading the black community at all. Women are good. Women aren't good at leading men. Men are supposed to be the leaders in the community. I believe there's a new crop of men that are trying to lead the community, but it's kind of hard to pull that power away back from the women because they believe they're always right. But a lot of those women don't realize they're pushing the black community in the wrong direction. And whenever anybody speaks about the black community, they always think about a woman's first. Anytime somebody speaks about a Latin or white community, it's always a man's first.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for that, brothers.
Yep.
You want to say something, Gerard, real quick?
Yeah, I was gonna say all of that's by design, man. So when I hear black women, you know, tout that, when I hear, you know, black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party, you know, that's because they're making you the black. they're pushing black men out. You know what I mean? You know, they emphasize they're actually are choosing to. That's that white liberal racism, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, to me, both of the parties, you know, both of them are two wings of white supremacy. Me personally, how I view both of them. They're two coins, the two sides of the same coin. And when black women embrace those talking points, that's what they really are embracing, man. That's all by design. They're only independent because they were pushed ahead of black men to keep black men down. You know, that's how I view it. You know, at the end of the day,
I agree wholeheartedly. Thank you for that, bro. Shout out to Terrell Boxley for the $4.99 super chat, bro. This situation is nuts. I support freedom of choice. I'm not afraid of what they said. Keisha is big mad. No one wants them. I'm not. Oh my god. Hey, shout out to Terrell Boxley. You're trying to get me in trouble, bro. I appreciate you, Terrell Boxley, for the super chat. I agree, but man, I'm not a keeper. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Terrell Boxley. I agree with you wholeheartedly as well, brother. Thank you. Shout out to Luxurious Afro for the $4.99 super chat. One of the best untapped pool of feminine BWs are black Southern belles. Interesting. Find you a small town black Southern belle. You found gold in America. Okay, interesting. Thank you for that, Luxurious Afro. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Is that it, Chad?
The touch on the point from the guy that just made that super chat, it's not necessarily a Southern belle. You just got to get a girl away from the big city, man. Big cities, the women are stuck in their ways and they're already corrupt.
Okay, thank you, Chad. Much appreciated, bro. Kempachi, Alfonso, and Seattle Sideshow, can you please turn your cameras on in the background, please? Kempachi, Alfonso, you're verified. Thank you, brother. Turn it off. See, I can't see you, Seattle Sideshow. You have a mask on or something? Sorry, bro. I need to make sure you're not a troll. Yep, much better. Thank you, bro. Turn it off, brother. Thank you. Cortez Smith, when did Fresh and Fit attack Passport Bros? When? That's a shame. Hold on, Kempachi. I'm looking through these female rappers, And the names here are just ridiculous. There's someone called Cuban Doll, Molly Brazy, what the hell? Cash Doll, Asian Doll, and that's who we have to date in our community. Someone called Molly Brazy, what the hell does that even mean? And Cuban Doll, oh man, it's over, man. Get your passport, brothers. Jeez. Let me bring in Campacho Alfonso. What's up, Campacho? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good, IP. It's always good to, hear you and see we're continuing in 2022. So yeah, I just want to, kind of touch base with everyone in regard to, the situation that happened with Fresh and Fit. It's something that, I've talked to several other brothers, that I talk to on a regular. The state that we're in right now, it's a very it's time for us to really think about what we want as Black men, because the level of respect that Black women have for Black men is non-existent. And I grew up, I'd say I grew up from elementary school all the way to like high school, first couple years of college. I was set focus on Black women and Black women only. And I'll never forget I was walking, I was going to a Black university at the time, and I remember I was walking outside, and this BW, this BW, she's walking beside another black male, and she just calls him like a B and yells it at the top of her lung, and he just starts like laughing like it's okay. And when I saw that, it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen. And I don't care if that's your friend or not, the way she disrespected him publicly like that, it left the worst taste in my mouth. And it's been several things even outside of that. But I will always protect the Black women in my family, and if I'm out and about, you see a woman being disrespected, I'll always step up, because that's the type of man, type of person that I am. But there's this notion that Black women are the most unprotected women in the world, right? And that's been thrown around. And at the end of the day, when we really think about it, brothers, when do they really step up to show gratitude and respect? And I'm not saying all, but I'm just saying they're not stepping up and fighting for Black men the way that they should be fighting for Black men. And by and large, yeah, in any group, there's a group of individuals who don't act right, who don't treat women right, who may not be good. But the overwhelming majority of Black men are good men. And that's just not talked about, not nearly enough as it should be talked about. So when we're in relationships with women, right? Men are growing up to be providers, right? We provide not just for ourselves, but for our families. Women are being raised to be independent. So as they're growing up and they become mature women, they're thinking about self first, and they don't know how to work with a man. So when you see these relationships, they're trusting in themselves. They don't trust a man. They don't have, I was watching KS the other day where he was talking to a group of women in their 20s, and they couldn't think of one good thing that men have done that is positive. I mean, it's crazy. You literally look around and, by the grace of God, men are the ones that has built the infrastructure, built buildings. There's a ton of different things to be able to look around. But at this stage, now that BWs have been given so much control, they're not going to relinquish it. Their ego won't allow them, and I'm not saying all, once again, but their ego will not allow them to show any sort of gratitude or respect for the things that are being done for them by Black men. And so I say all that to say, brothers, it's time for you to start really looking at what is it that really makes you happy. If you're looking overseas, if you like Black women, go overseas, get a Black woman. There's a lot of amazing Black women coming from great cultures and upbringings. BWs, exactly. BWs that will have your back, who will cook, who will clean, who will do all those things. It may take you learning some Spanish. It may take you learning some Japanese. But at the end of the day, what we're talking about, what's at stake is your peace of mind, your quality of life. And I think we're at that age where we have to let certain things go and we have to move to where the type of woman that we truly want that's going to make us happy are going to give us that. We deserve all. Think about all the work that we put in, whether it's getting all these degrees, learning about crypto, learning how to be able to thrive. What is your work ethic worth? And at the end of the day, we have to really consider the type of women, the culture that they come from, so that we can really be able to enjoy a fulfilling life. And so I just want to put that out there.
Thank you. Great comment there, Kimpachi. Much appreciated, bro. Happy New Year to you, bro. And
you too, brother.
Much appreciated, brother. Thank you. You're right there, man. And
definitely,
yeah, really evaluate your life and just leave America, to be honest. And I know not every brother can leave America because of some circumstances, but brothers who are in this passport movement, I think you're better off leaving America, man. It's over. There's no saving the community. Let me bring in Seattle Sideshow. What's up, Seattle?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Buenas noches.
How you doing, brother? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I just chimed in. I'm not sure what happened with Fresh and Fit and Asian Doll, but I think I get the gist of what y'all were talking about there.
Yeah. So recently there's been a viral video of Fresh and Fit stating their preference that they don't prefer to date BW. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone has their preferences, but they're trying to spin it into something that's a RACIST, which that's not the case. So what's your thoughts about brothers not being allowed to state their preferences out?
Man, look, it's probably the youngest on here, but even in my teen years, I want to say the late thousands, early tens, it was set in stone. And what I mean by that is I've heard Black men in this space say it many times. It's almost like our culture has bred thinking Black men, let me put emphasis on that, thinking Black men to date women of other races because of the culture and just what Kanpachi was talking about there as a perfect example. That's the type of things I saw, back in, let's say, mid thousands till late thousands, in my youth years. All I saw was if the BW young ones, of course, around my age, if they weren't angry, they were disrespecting Black boys. They were always loud. My sister, she grew up a lot different, of course. And one of my turning point moments was, this is probably about 2010. I was probably like 15, 16. And my sister was about to get in a fight, not in a fight, because my sister's not that type, but she was like terrified. It was like these three young BWs, probably were in their teens, and they were like, I'm a jumper, I'm gonna beat her up, and I'm just like, my sister is the most meek, geekiest. Like, she grew up reading. She grew up after me, so she read comics, into video games. She used to like to read. They're about the jumper just because she said she likes to read, and she was into comic books and things. And I knew then, back in 2010, 2009, that as far as, my attraction towards most BWs, which just wasn't going to be there, not including what I saw growing up as a kid and things. And it's just, on one hand, it's tragic. On the other hand, we saw the light. I didn't have a choice but to see the light because of how our culture is. And I think a lot of, especially the Gen Z young Black men coming up now, they completely, you don't have a choice. That's why I want to come on here and say. And like you say, IP, if y'all don't have y'all's passport in 2022, I don't know what, like, even if you do prefer BWs, nothing wrong with that. Still get your passport. And with that super chat, the guy said about finding you a Southern Belle Black woman, BW, I can agree with that to an extent. I've got good family in Charlotte, North Carolina, and my cousin, he's married to a traditional BW. She's probably one of the best women I've ever met in my whole life. Very feminine, very traditional, but she grew up in the boonies of Charlotte. Like, not boonies, but like the exurbs. So they are definitely in the South some more so traditional BWs in the rural areas. But even then, I will warn, she's a feminine woman, but she still has that matriarchy. You have to please her. and she's also wrapped up into the church stuff too. So a lot of them, they could be feminine, but they still are very deep into the matriarchy mode of thinking, the feminist mode of thinking. So even if you do find one, just be wary of that. And besides, get your passports, and you don't have any other choice. That's all I really got to say on that one. It's 2022, y'all. We're over a decade past when it was at its breaking point.
Thanks for that, bro. Much appreciated. Seattle Sideshow. Thank you, bro. So I'm going to end the stream very soon. Miss International, can you turn your camera on in the background? Just so I know it's you. Okay, turn it off, bro. I'm going to go through everyone one last closing statement, and then I'll end the stream with my closing statement. I've got a lot to say. I want to motivate brothers to get that passport, because it's looking like a goddamn dystopian out here in the West, man. I'm telling you. But let me go to Mr. Jared Ibn Lamont. Do you have any closing statement, brother?
Yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with having your own preferences, man. There's nothing wrong with choosing to go overseas. There's nothing wrong with any of that, man. Where I draw the line is where you put up another group over your own. That to me is just too far. You can tell the truth about what's going on, but you don't have to, like, what I'm saying, up another group, because you're really putting your own self down at the same time. So that's just my point of view.
Thank you, Gerard. Much appreciated, brother. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you. Mr. International, do you have any closing statements, brother?
Yeah, I would just like to jump in on my man's that was talking about his cousin and her lady in North Carolina, and I got brothers from North Carolina. My brother, he's married to ABW, but again, like I said, there's a few, but I'm telling you, the people that I named, that's about 4, 5, maybe 7 out of all the BWs I know in my entire life. So let's get that straight before I start praising. My brother, he did. He married a beautiful ABW family, owns stuff in the Hamptons, owns beach houses, very sophisticated, you know what I mean? But also she's very strong minded, because that's in our blood that we're very strong minded. So it's cool to be strong minded, but you also gotta have feminine traits, and she has that. I give her those props. But to get off of that subject, just talking about some of these places, yeah, there are such thing as Southern Belle's IP. If you're talking Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, all those type of areas, and there it's like I'm gonna say it, 20 out of 100%. So when you go to those states, you'll be able to find them. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you won't, but you got to know where to look. And I was talking to the brother. I want to say, Reese Johnson, welcome to the movement too, bro, because this is a big movement. Look at IP's old videos, and you'll learn a lot, man. So I want to shout him out for being a new guy. But yeah, places like Martha's Vineyards and New Hampshire and Maine and Rhode Island and Bristol, Connecticut, and these type of places where even the media doesn't get to these places because they're so excluded. My man Boxley was talking about South Dakota, North Dakotas, and all that, and we was talking about Indianapolis. You know, since that Indianapolis, what's that? I think that's in Indiana if I'm correct. But
Okay.
IP, there are gems, few gems, but it's rare. And like I'm gonna go back on it, go back on this again. There's just so many options besides those small, 25 places out of all the places in America. Because there's a good few IP. I'm not going to say there isn't. but you know what I mean. Why
Thank
would
you,
we
bro.
do that when we learned about Croatia, the European,
Yeah.
the snow bunny versions of the Italians? Why? Come on,
Thank you,
man.
brother.
It's
Thank you,
common
bro.
sense.
I appreciate Miss
All right.
International. Thank you, brother.
You know I'm gonna speak facts, brother. Thanks for the live stream. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the guest speakers and everything. Everybody in the panel, man. It's
Thank you,
common
bro.
sense. Use common sense.
Thank you. Let me go to Kempachi Alfonso. Do you have any closing statements, brother?
I just want to tell all the brothers that let no one take your power of choice, and you have the ability, whatever it is that you want, especially in this day and age. Society's going to tell you, what you're supposed to like, what you're supposed to want. I had a friend of mine, and just because I feel like she was probably conditioned, she was like trying to low key shame me into not wanting a woman who cooks and cleans. I mean, it's crazy. And so we are men, we're black men. Do not deny yourself of what it is that you truly want, and let no one in society, deter you from what will truly make you happy. So I just want to empower all the brothers. Stay true, get your passport, and let's do this thing.
Thank you, bro. Much appreciated, Kempachi. And last but not least, Mr. Chad the Great. Do you have any closing statements, brother?
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much for the whole fresh and fit situation, they've become an easy target because of all the scandals they've had over the last year. I think it's like number 4 or 5. And then also they're relatively new to Miami. I believe they've been there for about like 2 years or so. So they really just started going out in like the last year or so and just started building their fan base over the last year. So they're still new at this. I'm not sure about their whole situation. I don't want to speak on it, but like I said, man, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And then my last thing is, I believe American BWs, they have to change because they get married at a 25% rate, and then a lot of men from other races aren't marrying them. Like you might see a sister on the gram or YouTube that have a white or Asian dude or a Latin dude or whatever, but that's a small minority. Like I believe that's maybe like 2 or 3%. Like it's not much. So those that have married men of other races, that's a small lucky few. It's not a trend that's going on. So like other brothers are saying, man, get your passport if you don't want to deal with the American woman here. You can go find another woman somewhere else. Like there's BWs, there's Latin, there's Asian women in every country, man. You do what you got to do for yourself.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for that, brother. Much appreciated, brothers. Thanks for that, Chad. Thank you to everyone who called in to chime in on this great discussion. Thank you to those who cash apped, who super chatted tonight. That was greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, brothers. There's still time to support the channel. I will stay on for 10 more minutes. I want to end the stream. I've got a few things to say. So while I speak, cash app, super chat, ask questions via the cash app and super chats. A reminder, I am on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram and speak to me over the phone, do it via Instagram. Send me a DM. Hey, International Passport, can I speak to you? Follow me on IG too. I'm also on Twitter as well, brothers. So what the flip? Damn. I'm also on Twitter as well, brothers. So follow me on Twitter. Send me a DM on Twitter. Retweet my tweets to spread out the movement. That'd be great, brothers. Here's my Twitter account. So let me end the stream. The Patreon is coming very soon. You've been asking for that for a while, so I hope brothers will support the Patreon. It's coming to this channel very soon. Press a 1 in the chat if you will be subscribing to the Patreon. I've got a lot of plans for it. I want to say another thing as well. Twitch is coming as well. I'm working on the Twitch. So anyone who wants to, who knows more about Twitch, please send me a DM. Let me know. That'd be great. Shout out to Mr. Terrell Boxley for the $199 super chat. Bro, ain't nobody with sense marrying Keisha. There you go. No, they don't want to deal with the with negatives, keeping it real, you know? And we're not saying all BWs are Keishas, but a good amount are. The ones that are normal BWs, they will of course get wifed up, i.e. Candace Owens. She got wifed up real quick, you know? You notice how all these conservative BWs get wifed up quickly, but the liberal BWs, ain't nobody checking for them, you know? Those who align themselves to Cardi B, the feminism culture, no one's checking for them. You know, that shows you something. Brothers, let me say this one thing right now. It's over. It is completely over. And you need to make sure that you start planning to leave America. This is a message for American brothers, because I thought UK was bad, but American brothers, you're going through something that I've not seen before, man. So brothers who are American, brothers who are part of this international passport movement, please get your passport and find a way to get out of America. Get out of America. I'm being serious. You know, find a way to leave America, whether it's for a job, whether it's just getting out there for a visa. Leave it. Leave it, bro. Because, like Black Guy said, you want to be loved. You know, you do want to be loved, because at the end of the day, we're human beings. You know, but a lot of brothers don't feel loved in the community, don't feel loved in the country they grew up in. It's over. The way they're setting up the West and America to be is some sort of feminist powerhouse. You must be mad if you want to be around for that. You must be mad. Let me charge my phone for a quick minute. Give me 1 second, brothers. Yeah, as I was saying, brothers, it's not looking too good. I think 2022 is going to get a lot more worse than we've seen in previous times. Shout out to Mr. Conrad Grant for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Conrad Grant. He says, great stream, IP. See you in Costa Rica, brother. Yes, indeed. Thank you, bro. Can't wait for that, brother. And yes, indeed. Thank you, Conrad Grant, for supporting the channel. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Terrell Boxley for the $499 super chat. Bro, I had to pull an NOL. I've been saying that same thing. They barbecue here. I'm not Tyrone or Chad. Yes, indeed, bro. Yes, indeed. You know, it's over. You know, and thank you to Rob Boxley for supporting the channel. Thank you, brother. We are in the first week of 2022, and already BS is popping off. Already in the first week of 2022, BS is popping up. I think 2022 is going to be the worst year yet in terms of this feminist movement, in terms of this boss babe movement, girl power movement, all that nonsense. You know, it's gonna get even more worse. It's gonna get a lot more worse before it gets better. Let me repeat that one more time. It's gonna get a lot more worse before it gets better. No cap. No cap. No cap, brothers. It ain't looking too good. It really isn't. And I'm concerned about brothers who are intellectual, but they don't know about my channel. You know, they're essentially being fed to the wolves. They're being brainwashed into being simps, into being brothers that have to give everything to a woman, horrible woman at that fact. American brothers, please, brothers who have aligned themselves to the international passport movement, I'm asking you, within the first few months of 2022, try and find a way to get out of America. And that's for UK brothers too. Try and find a way to get out of the West. Try and make a way out. You know? Please. Please, please, please. I know people say we may be woman obsessed, but I keep it real. We are men. It is in our biological nature to want a feminine, cooperative woman. You know, you can make all that money, you can live a very good life, but I'm telling you, when you don't have a good woman beside you to love, to be around, just to chill with, to chill with, speak to, sleep with, smash, and all that stuff, it's gonna get depressing. It will get depressing, I'm telling you. A lot of brothers want to live this lonely lifestyle. I don't need no woman, and that's okay, right? If you're alone, use your spare time to be building wealth. Use your spare time to be bettering yourself, whether it's doing exams for your career, whether it's going back to school. That's okay. But once you've achieved your goals, I'm telling you, once you achieve your goals and you don't have a good woman beside you, life can get pretty depressing. I'm keeping it real, brothers. Life can get very depressing when you don't have a good woman beside you after you've achieved your goals. You have everything: big house, nice car, a lot of money in the bank, you're wealthy, good investments. But life gets pretty boring when you can't just have that intimacy with a worthy woman. A worthy woman. You want a worthy woman. Because, like I said, brothers, if you take away everything in this world, take away the cars, take away the houses, the capitalism, materialism, right? Take it all away, brothers. We will live life in a normal state with a woman. We will spend all day just being with our woman, because that isn't our biological nature. We cannot fight our biology. We cannot fight our biology. We can't. We need women in our lives. I'm not simping, but that's a fact. You know, we're men. We were made on this earth to procreate. You know, and it's just sad what American brothers are dealing with. But I got you, brothers. This channel is for Western brothers. It's for brothers all around the world. Whether you're a brother in America, a brother in the UK, a brother in Canada, a brother in Australia, a brother in New Zealand, a brother in Africa, South America, Asia. This channel is for you, you know? And I want brothers to do well. Shout out to Sean C2K for the $2 super chat. Every race in US has bad women. Keisha, Karen, yeah, etc. Yeah, I agree. Yep. I'm done dealing with the Western women. I was looking at my dating apps today, and I see a bunch of pronouns on their names. I'm like, what? What's all that about? I see a bunch of septum pierced woman with tattoos, red hair, green hair, blue hair. I'm like, God, this can't be real, man. This can't be life. This cannot be life. I feel sorry for brothers who are not on this passport movement. That's what they got to date. And best believe those green-haired, septum-wearing women are the most delusional bunch of women you will ever come across. Shout out to Matt Battle for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Matt. There are lots of good ABW, but what they don't tell you is that many modern BW traded BM in for Uncle Sam years ago. Yes, indeed. You know? Yes, indeed. And that's why ABWs are getting $850 a month in Atlanta. But what about black men? Why is it that only BWs are getting assistance from the government, where it's almost $1,000 a month, but black men in America don't get that? Why is it that Goldman and Sachs are investing $1 billion in BWs, but black men get no investments? That's just messed up. You know, how much can we take? How much disrespect can we take? Shout out to Matt Battle for the $9.99 super chat. Keep in mind, at any given time, if they get upset, They can just call their work husband Uncle Sam on you and you're finished. Yep. E.g. child support. Yep. Dating in the US is dangerous no matter what preference you have. Yes, indeed, I agree. Facts. And let me apply that to the UK as well. Dating in the UK is dangerous. Let me tell you why. You all know that I had a heartbreak recently with my ex-girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend was a foreign woman. She was foreign. She wasn't Western. She wasn't born in the UK, wasn't born in America. She was born abroad, right? And the way she dumped me was the way a Western woman would dump me. And me speaking to her, what she was saying, it was me basically speaking to an American or UK girl. See, and she was only here for like 4 months, so far. 4 months was enough for the West to poison her mind in totality. Even that's why I'm saying, when you get your foreign woman, do not bring her back to the West. Do not bring her back to America. Do not bring her back to the UK. If you don't want to go through what I went through, don't do it. Don't even date foreign women that currently live in in the UK. I went on a date the other day with another foreign woman. She was here studying. Again, I felt like I was speaking to an English girl. What she was saying, her mannerisms, I was like, this can't be real, man. Damn. Western culture, Western influence, Western media is that powerful that it can change a foreign woman that has only lived here for 4 or 5 months. Crazy, brothers, crazy. And that's what I fear the most. And that's why I'm saying brothers need to travel and find a base abroad. Make your money in dollars, make it in pounds, but find a base abroad and don't bring back your foreign wife or foreign girlfriend to the West. Some brothers get lucky. Some brothers do get lucky. Shout out to Tony Berry. He got lucky. I'm happy to hear the brother doing well with his wife, but it's not always that case. It's not always that case. You're better off leaving her abroad and try to what's it called? Try and set something up, and preferably move there to a country but making money in dollars, or move to a good economy. There's Japan, very good economy. China, very good economy, but I'm not too sure about Chinese women. Australia, very good economy. So think of it like that, brothers. Have bases abroad. And ultimately, the end goal is to leave the West completely. Only come back to see family, look after your investments, your business. But in general, the end goal should be to leave the West immediately. Press a 1 in the chat if you want to leave America permanently. Type a 1 in the chat if you want to leave America permanently. Type a 1 in the chat if you want to leave the UK or whatever Western country you're living in permanently. Press a 1 in the chat. And that's never coming back. Only coming back for investments, to see family, but you want to leave here completely. Press a 1 in the chat. That should be everyone. That should be the end goal. Once you leave, don't come back. Because in 2025, you think 2021 was bad? Imagine 2025. Imagine 2030. Because let me tell you, like I said, it's going to get a lot more worse before it gets better. It's going to get a lot more worse before it gets better. You think it's bad now? You ain't seen nothing yet, man. You ain't seen nothing yet. Damn. Man, this is why I'm telling brothers, start being serious, right? Use January, February, March, April, May, use the first few months of 2022 to be building wealth. Get into a good career. Do your exams. Do any course that's good, that will help you, that will pay you well, that, or get into a job that will allow you to move to a different country. Keeping it real, brothers. You know, focus. I know it's lonely right now. I know you got a lot on your mind. I know brothers are stressed out, but brothers, slow down. Slow down. Take it easy, brothers. Be calm. I know brothers are single. They want a woman in their life, but brothers, I want you to take a deep breath. I want you brothers to focus on building yourselves up in the first part of 2022, right? Forget about dating Western women. Don't date foreign women that live in the West. Build yourselves up. Stay on your purpose. You know, be sharp, right? If you find yourself thinking too much, open up a book, start reading, start acquiring knowledge, start reading more, brothers. Stay on that course. Stay on that path, brothers. Brothers, please don't slip up. Don't slip up. I know, brothers, I know it's hard, but keep strong. Don't become depressed. Don't become angry. Just breathe in, breathe out, and set your goals. Set your goals. Right? I strongly recommend you brothers to watch the first video I did for 2022, the agenda for 2022. Right? Focus on building wealth. Focus on your career. Focus on doing your exams, getting into a good course, whatever. White collar jobs, blue collar jobs, whatever you do. Focus on that. Right? Because right now, lockdowns are coming, or there's going to be a lot more restrictions for traveling. So use this time to be building yourselves up. I know it gets lonely, brothers. I know it gets lonely. But you are setting yourself up for greatness later on this year. You are. So I need you brothers to stay strong. Stay strong. I know every day you walk out, women don't respect you. They don't pay you any mind. In fact, brothers, how many of you feel invisible? You know, I know a lot of brothers feel invisible. Press the one in the chat if you feel invisible. Press the one in the chat if you feel invisible. Jesse, what do you mean by opportunity? Do you mean in terms of building yourself up while we're still in this pandemic? I agree, bro. Keeping it real, brothers. I know a lot of brothers feel invisible. They don't feel loved. I know, brothers. That's why we have this. We have us. We have us to be building towards something better. You know, we have us to be building towards something better. It's okay, brothers. I know how you feel, brothers. I know what you're going through, brothers, in America. I know, brothers. I know it's tough. It's super tough. But I want you, brothers, to occupy your mind on yourselves. Occupy your mind on a bigger goal and a bigger agenda. All right, brothers. Let me tell you this, right? Look at the end goal. Look at the end goal. Right? Charles Jones, it's okay, brother. Charles, don't worry, but we got you, brothers. Charles Jones, Mr. International, Black Guy, Mike Lawrence. It's okay, brothers. Trust me, it's okay. We got each other. We need to. We got each other, bro. We have each other. I want you, brothers, to stay strong. Stay through the course. Right? Remember the end goal. I want you, brothers, to put your mindset into the agenda of 2022. Right? This time you have right now, this time where you don't have a girlfriend or wife or woman, use the free time to be studying. Right? Use the free time to be pushing yourself even further, brothers. Use the free time to be acquiring wealth. Read about stocks. Read about crypto. Because once things get better, Trust me, brothers. It's gonna be crazy. You know that life is greener on the other side. You know that abroad is where the dream is. You know, abroad is where you would get beautiful women. That's all abroad, brothers. So you know there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's just right now you're in darkness. You are in darkness. And I get that, brothers. You're in darkness. You don't feel loved. You're thinking about, damn, why don't I have a woman right now? Why is it so hard for me to just get a feminine woman that's on my plan, on my agenda that I can love? It's not your fault, brothers. It's something that's out of your control. You know, we have reached the point of no return. They've reached the point of no return. But it's okay, brothers, because in Costa Rica, in Colombia, in Panama, you know, in what's it called, um in Japan, in Germany, they love brothers in all these countries. Good economies, nice weather. That's the life. And if you're part of this movement right now, if you are if you are in this live stream chat, if you are a part of this movement, let me tell you, brothers. Let me tell you, brothers. You are something special. You are a star. If you are here in this movement right now, okay? If you are here in this movement right now, you are a star. You are going to be great. Not everyone can find this movement. Not everyone is as sharp as you, brothers. You brothers found my channel because you wanted something different. You wanted a void in your life to be filled, and you found it via my channel. Like I said, if you're part of this channel right now, you are something special. You will become great. You will become great men, great people, great individuals. You will change the culture for the better. Shout out to Mr. Firefly for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate your channel and encouragement, IP. Thank you, brother, for the kind words, Mr. Firefly. I appreciate you, brother, for you supporting the channel. It means a lot to me, bro. Thank you. You know, I've got you, brothers. You know, and when the Patreon comes out very soon, it's a tiering system. So depending on what you pay for, we can have talks like this every day where I can encourage you, brother. I'm here for you. Where we can speak about your life, where we can dissect your life, where it could be going wrong for you, how you're spending your time, what you need to focus on. You need someone like me. You need someone like me to be speaking to you like this every day. And trust me, it's coming in the Patreon. You know, it's coming very soon. I'm here to encourage you, brothers. You know, it's okay, brothers. Charles Jones, we got you, bro. You know, it's all good, Charles Jones. Black guy, Mr. International. And Jesse, reach out to me on IG, Jesse. I don't think I've spoken to you before, Jesse. But any one of you brothers, reach out to me on IG ASAP while I'm still available. So before the Patreon hits, if you want to speak to me, reach out to me on IG because I'll be taking that off to the Patreon very soon. But if you want to speak to me right now, reach out to me on IG, brothers. So I want to say this, brothers, before I end things on this channel and turn it off. I want to say you brothers are awesome. You brothers are incredible. And the plan is spend January, February, March just doing productive things that will change your life for the better. For the better. You know, do that. Stay the course. Spend your time on your career, on studying, on building wealth, on bettering your mental health. Because the way The way brothers are talking right now, I'm worried about your mental health, brothers. Brothers, how's your mental health, brothers? Type in a 1 if your mental health is good. Type in a 2 if your mental health is not good. I want to know brothers' mental health. I'm worried for brothers. Okay. Type a 1 if you have good mental health. Type a 2 if your mental health is bad. You know? Black guy, reach out to me on IG ASAP, okay? Charles Jones, reach out to me on IG ASAP, Charles Jones, please. Sean C2K, reach out to me on IG as soon as possible, please. Today, preferably. I'm worried for brothers. I know what brothers are going through. You know? I know what brothers are going through. Damn. Valzod, reach out to me on IG, please. Stay strong, brothers. Stay the course. Like I said, 2022 is going to be the best years of our life, but we need to build a foundation first. And the Patreon coming very soon, depending on what tier you want to pay for, I will help you build that foundation. I've been writing a plan over the past few months as to how I can help brothers out in the best way possible. And I will help you brothers out. Okay? I've never let you brothers down, and I will never let you brothers down. So brothers, please stay strong. Look after yourselves. Like I said, it will get better. It will get better. It won't get better in America, but it will get better for you when you get that passport and when you travel. You gotta travel, brothers. You must travel. A lot of you brothers, what I find is you've grown up in America for your whole lives. You've not experienced what it is to be how other countries live. You've not experienced life. You've worked your whole lives. You've done things right, but you don't get any love. You don't get any love. Crazy. You work your whole life, and that's why I'm saying a lot of you brothers, you need a different scenery. You need a different scenery, brothers. You know, when you've been in one country your whole life, the same city, same state, that's not good for your mental health. You know, remember, brothers, you only have one life. You only have one life, brothers. Only one life. So use that time to assess what you really want out of life. When you're thinking deep in the shower, in your bed, think about what do you really want out of life? Tell me. Brothers in the live stream chat, tell me, what do you want out of life? So I'm staying on for 5 more minutes. In the 5 more minutes I'm staying on, tell me, what do you want out of life? Tell me. What do you want out of life? You only have one life. What do you want out of life? The brother TDD321 says he wants peace. There's a troll in the chat. Go away, you trolls. Ah, jeez, I blocked the wrong person. Terrell Boxer, apologies, bro. Damn. I was meant to block try 471. That's a troll right there. Let me put him on timeout. I miss it. If I ever was drafted, I had to catch me. Who's try 471? Is that a troll? Sorry, Terrell Boxer. I timed out the wrong person. Try 471. Is that a troll? I've not seen that before. Is try 471 a troll? If I was ever drafted, I'd have to. Huh. Let me put him on timeout. Because he said something weird earlier on. All right, let me put try 471 on timeout. Are you a troll? Hold on, let me put my timeout. Put using timeout. Sorry to our box here. Apologies, brother. Yeah, happiness, peace, and love. Right now, you're not getting that from America. So what you must do is seek an exit plan out of America. Seek an exit plan out of America as soon as possible. You don't want to live in America your whole lives. It's not worth it. Yeah, you can make all that great money, but if you're not happy, what's it for? You know, happiness is very important. And a lot of brothers are not happy because they don't have a woman in their lives. They don't have a good woman in their lives. And you got to travel to get that good woman. So make your money in dollars and start traveling. Remember, dollars go very far abroad. You know, brothers. And that's it. So, brothers, I will see you, brothers, on my next live stream. I appreciate you, brothers. The Patreon is coming very soon. I'll be debuting that very, very soon. So thank you, brothers, for your patience. Twitch is coming very soon, brothers. And brothers, please, what's it called? Please feel free, brothers, to hit the Cash App that's open 24/7. Please do so. And yes, brothers, I'll see you, brothers, on my next live stream. Thank you, brothers. Look after yourself, brothers. Peace out, brothers. And brothers, can everyone please comment on this video once it drops on my channel? We got over 70 people, so I should see 70 comments, but I don't. So can as much people please comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to my channel. When you subscribe, hit the notification bell to always all notifications. And support the channel, brothers. Share the videos around, share with your friends. Let's get it to the appropriate people who need this message. I appreciate you, brothers, wholeheartedly. I'm seeing brothers typing what they want out of life. It's incredible. Shout out to you, Conrad Grant. Wealthy, to be wealthy, peace, love, and abundance, along with beautiful Costa Rican dime by my side. Yes, indeed. You know, that's the dream, and we will achieve our dreams. But I need you brothers to stay focused, stay on the path, be calm. It was right. Just take it easy, brothers. Okay. Just be patient. Do what you need to do. We're gonna be all right, brothers. Okay. We're gonna be all right, brothers. Need you, brothers, to stay focused. Patreon is coming very soon, so I'll be giving you brothers a lot more support depending on what tier you choose. Thank you, brothers. I will see you, brothers, on my next live stream. Look after yourself, brothers. Peace out, brothers. Thank you, brothers.